Oh no! Hey, you know what happened after the Nuggets did that the first time?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Remember when they said his pubes look like Kevin Durant's head?
Mm-hmm.
That was funny. I forgot about the Draymond shit. Was somebody just said Draymond?
I feel like him and Draymond's meat came out around the same time.
Oh, they said Draymond's dick.
I don't remember Draymond.
You remember when his shit was ashy?
I do. His was during the Olympics.
He tripped, and he been like long time married. I guess he could have been sending that to his wife. I don't know.
Via Snapchat, sure.
Yep. He just hit all. It's raining meat on your Snapchat.
Fucking
freakazoid, nigga. That's crazy.
I'm good.
I should try my dick on Snapchat like a chain message back in the
day. That's how you find out that when you click everybody's name at once, it sends it as a group message.
Bruh.
Now 6 bitches got your meat in the group chat.
Hey, man.
That's harassment.
If I send it to 8 bitches, 2 of them gonna bite.
People literally caught cases over that. That's crazy.
It was a different time, though. It was a different time.
For you?
Oh, we're recording?
We got it.
We started.
I can stop it and cut it out.
No, absolutely not. Leave that shit.
Okay. Currently, podcast episode 186. If Jamal has ever heard you, please contact our hotline.
This nigga turned into the meat mailman afterwards, just delivering meat like spam mail.
That man can't help but deliver.
It's simple math, bro. If you send it to 12 chicks on there, you're gonna get 3 eye emojis back from at least 3 of them.
And that's why the NBA is fucked up today. You niggas just throwing up volume.
Volume.
3's better than 2, and I'm just gonna throw up a bunch.
It's simple math.
It is, bro.
Fuck out of here. Freak.
Bro, I'm telling you, man.
You're what's wrong with the NBA. Jamal around the NBA. No, of bitches.
Jason Tatum game. Taking 19 threes a game.
Nah, that's funny. Dude,
hey, them trying to call Jason Tatum the anomaly is the funniest shit ever. Don't call this nigga. They try to roll out the anomaly as his nickname.
All right, man. That is ass.
And then when they asked him about what nicknames he liked, he goes, well, my friends call me Taco. Some people call me Big Deuce. I like that one. We're not calling you Big Deuce. Also, that doesn't even make sense because your son is just Junior. Like, we're not calling you Big Junior. That don't make no sense.
Taco and Big Deuce.
So his son been the same size for 9 years.
His son,
you can't give yourself a nickname, bro. That's just
no.
I think the only person successful with that is what Nick Young. I guess Swaggy P kind of stuck.
All of Shaq's nicknames were self-given.
Yeah.
Big Diesel's the only one I feel like I actually like. The
Superman, the Big Aristotle, the Big Witness Protection, the Big Cactus.
Yeah,
the Big Witness Protection is crazy. Big Witness Protection,
especially because he's a fucking cop too.
Hey, Shaq has just done everything, and including being a fucking hater, but he's done it all.
Shout out to Chauncey Billups for turning around the Pistons. He's not there, Jack.
He's a fucking jackass.
Shout out to watch that team.
Last Tuesday, he was like, I don't care. You bragging about the Pistons. They're 6 games under 500. Nigga, the Nuggets are like 9 games above 500 right now.
Yeah.
And then he was wrong. They were 4 games over, right?
Yeah, it was like a 15-point swing or a 15-game swing in the opposite direction. Then he was like, you're bragging about a team that's 38-20. Like, all right, man.
You know, they're not going to win a championship. I'm like, bro, this is what people are complaining about, bro.
Every time I've turned on Inside the NBA this week, it hasn't been the normal crew either. It's Shaq, Lefko, Candace, and Vince Carter.
That's on Tuesdays. Thursdays is the only day that they have Chuck and Kenny up there.
Man, that's where I see
Lefko them. No, yeah, they were there. They were there yesterday, but yeah, Tuesdays is Lefko in there. With Shaq mixed in.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about Vince Carter on TV. I feel like you don't really like give much. I guess
the Knicks almost had Vince Carter. We just learned that this week.
I saw that.
Yeah. Before he went to the Nets, Dolan was going to trade for him, but their medical staff got back and was like, yeah, his Achilles is 90% torn. Like, when it pops, he may never be the same player after that. So they're like, yeah, we're not going to do this trade. And Dolan was like, I just kept watching, like, waiting for his Achilles to pop. And he had another, 6-7 really good years. Like,
before he went to the Nets, Achilles. Yeah, he played.
He never did.
Did he play for a full 20 years?
He had to, or
if it wasn't 20, it was close.
It was just shy, and he went to the Nets at what, year 5?
It was
You get told his Achilles gonna pop, and he plays another decade and a half. I'd be fucking
healthy.
Hot.
Yeah.
Hey, the Knicks look completely different if during the early 2000s they had Vince Carter. Holy shit!
I don't know who else is out there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else will be on those teams. Like I
don't know, but getting Vince Carter,
Jerome James, Spreewell.
Let me see.
Jerome James and Spreewell.
Knicks.
Quentin Richardson.
Was that like 2002?
Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, maybe like
probably a little later.
Nah, that wasn't. Oh yeah,
because they were going to the finals with the Nets. If it's
wasn't that
no, Vince Carter wasn't on the finals team.
Yeah,
that was Richard Jefferson,
Jefferson and Kenyon Martin.
Kenyon,
right.
Kerry Kittles,
Jason Kidd,
Van Horn. Yeah.
All right, let me. He went there in 2004.
A first to ever do it in the NBA.
The Michael Sam of the NBA.
Hey, the 2005 Knicks wasn't bad. They had young Trevor Ariza, Matt Barnes, Jamal Crawford was there, Eddie Curry was there, Steve Francis, Channing Frye, Penny Hardaway was on that team.
Mid-ass team.
Oh, yeah.
Stephon Marbury was on that team. Quentin Richardson.
This sounds like a fire 2K team.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Nate Robinson coming off the bench. Jalen Rose was there.
So a lot of them pieces probably would have got sent to Toronto. I don't know who exactly, but
for sure. But I mean, shit, I still think this is a decent roster. And then again, I think if you get Vince there, you're probably looking at bringing in somebody else or whatever in free agency. Yeah, I feel like the Knicks actually could have been something back then if they had Vince.
It's all good, man. They were waiting for me to become a fan.
That makes sense. When got you Jalen Brunson, it doesn't make any sense to me why Jalen Brunson's so good. I feel like you shouldn't be able to be as small as he is and as good in the way he is.
Look how big his head is, man. He got a lot of knowledge in there.
Hey, his head is substantially larger than his body.
Mm-hmm.
That shit makes no sense. Imagine your favorite team in like growing up. You grow up, your team is like pretty good, and then one day you're like, man, our superstar is gone, and then that team drafts Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson in the same year. That has to be so lit.
And they get rid of Jalen Brunson and Kyrie Irving comes.
Oh, man, that's great. And then they're like, actually, fuck all this. Get this fat fuck out of here. Doug, I know we didn't start with an intro or anything, but I can't understate how fucking good Luka Doncic is at basketball. Like, I've watched him play. I knew he was good at basketball, but having him on your team is like, how is he hitting all these leaning off of 1 foot fading backwards threes at the buzzer? How does he do that?
No, he's not a champion. Right, have 80.
Hey, as a fellow fat, I fuck with him. We don't always got to win, brother. Just go out there and make us look good. Oh man,
Kendrick had a Luka bar today.
I heard. I didn't click on it because I saw Playboy Cardi was on it.
Yeah, you gotta swim through some mess to get to the Kendrick verse, but he said Luka Doncic, I carry the weight or something like that.
Yeah, I got the West on my shoulders. I'm heavy. I carry the weight.
I was thinking like the first maybe like 4 or 5 songs of that album, and I'm just like, bro, it makes me feel old. I'm like, bro, this is not for me.
I feel like you be trying to you gotta like recharge your hate. You knew you were gonna like that.
That's a great way to put it. Because I was about to say, why? I don't know why you even clicked on that album.
I like, man, am I old? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm old.
Yes.
It honestly, yeah, it's surprising me. He's like the fucking biggest artist ever, and it's like, nigga, he stinks.
He is music. That's the name of it.
And people aren't questioning it. They're like, yeah, no, Playboy Cardi does kind of run shit around here. It's like, what are you talking about? If he rapped
he's a big
all
artist.
the time like he did on Type Shit with Future, maybe I could. But every time I hear him, it's like I'm confused as to what's happening.
He used to be moaning and making baby noises,
and not seeing his kid.
Dog. I don't want to get into this. There's just certain people I feel like you shouldn't do that to. You can see how you might not be a good person, but you kind of just lock down some fine shit for the rest of your life. Why you fuck that up?
I mean,
you get another one. Who cares?
She's something wrong with her, and that's just too.
Clearly. Oh man, speaking of people who couldn't leave fine shit alone, even though I don't know how fine shit this one is. Y'all see Tiana Taylor fucking broke what's his? Why am I blanking on this? Iman Shumpert.
Yeah.
He broke that nigga down.
He's a dumbass, bro. He had an infidelity clause in their prenup too. And that nigga.
Oh,
I can't believe He had to have done more than just cheat based on how the judge did him. They said 4 houses, like 5 cars, $1 million payment up front.
So what I've heard, there's
God.
zero way to fact check this. Apparently, like they were the type of couple who was like doing things with other people together, and he just.
I think they've like hinted at that.
Okay, he just like broke whatever rule they might have had.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you got a woman, y'all both famous together. You're like a widely loved black love couple. Everybody loves the two of them. You got funny kids. You on TV. Your wife be letting you fuck other bitches sometimes, and you were like, it's just not enough. I need
not
more.
enough.
And it wasn't enough to the tune of like all the stuff they listed out. And obviously, I don't know if we know if all of that information is true, but he lost like at least $15 to $20 million.
Oh, he lost a lot of shit. Hey man, nah, that's that greed they speak of in the Bible, bro.
Oh no.
Hey, man.
Which part?
It is what it is, bro. All of it, bro.
Oh, okay.
All the greed shit.
What page I got turned to?
36.
Her and him, or just her? Or just him?
Yeah, nah, bro. Hey man, shout out to the homie Ant, man. He I have to steal his saying from. Sometimes God be blessing the wrong niggas, man.
Hey,
this is true though.
Philosopher, because he doesn't deserve that,
bro. What?
Oh my god. Oh, look at me. I'm 6'6" and handsome and can jump out the gym. Let me cheat on my rich wife. What the fuck is wrong with you? Jackass.
Trash
got
rap
good
songs.
hair. It could do.
Oh, I can. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna keep going. I hate this nigga, bro.
Yeah, no. I hate
Awesome. Hey man, just after we lost Remy and Papoose too, man. What's going on out here?
Oh, hey, he's super happy. He be side at Pistons games. I like, man.
Who does?
Papoose and Clarissa Shields.
That's hella funny. She got him to move the Flint.
Feet on the wood and Little Caesars.
No?
Damn.
Hey. She's like, what you mean though?
Hey, I saw that she had a documentary.
I'll be there in 5 minutes.
She had a documentary or something come out the same weekend that Remy Ma beef happened. Was that just promo for the movie?
I think it's a biopic. I don't think it's a doc.
Well, it's that movie. Because what's my man Brian Tyree Henry's in it. Paperboy.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh,
yeah, he's in that.
Hell of an actor. That new show on Apple TV is kind of good.
I've heard it was good. I gotta check it out.
Yeah. Hey, they're on some wild shit.
Oh yeah, no,
that ain't got range.
I watched the first season of Severance last week.
Okay, I'm on episode 2.
Of what? Season 1?
Of season 1.
Okay. Duh, it's an interesting show. Yeah, I don't want to like talk too much on it.
Your innies and your outies.
Yeah, people been going crazy about that second season.
Yeah, no, I'll probably lock in this weekend on season 2. But so you're on what, episode 2, right, Blake?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Could you guys do a job like that where you just don't know what the fuck you're doing for 8 hours a day, but you're handsome, but you're paid well?
If I forgot about it when I left, yes.
So you can do that, what they do?
Because like I don't know any better, you know.
So look, my thing is like, let's say I'm at work inside the thing, and I have no connection to the outside, and my daughter's daycare needs to call me or something.
Okay, yeah. See, from the show, it seems like it doesn't seem like there's no way for like outside stuff to get to you.
I don't even know how it would, because even if they did call me and say, "Hey, your kid needs to be picked up, they're sick or something like that," you're like, "What kid?"
Yeah, no, that's true.
But the way that once they do start showing some of the outside from the episodes I watch, it looks like that's not allowed. Like you can't work there if that's your condition. Like you kind of got to be alone.
Yeah, I mean, in the first episode, the main guy they're following, the dude from Step Brothers, he didn't have nothing going on at home. So I mean,
I feel like they alluded to him being divorced, but I could just be making that up.
You'll find out more about it later.
Yeah. I watched the first like 5 episodes and stopped watching it like when it first came out, and then we tried to. Amara was like, "Yeah, let's start watching it again." So we picked up. I'm like, "We need to start this whole fucking thing."
I don't know what's going on.
I don't remember what's going on here. Why is fucking John Vought getting kissed in the mouth? What the fuck is going on?
Bro, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, yo, so like these niggas don't know who they are, what kind of people they are outside of work. They just know like their coworkers and like their name on their name tag. It's like, yo, so like this nigga's like, is he only gay at work?
Hey, people have been doing the meme of like, you know, your innie does or your outie does this and likes to do this. Like they're weird, and the person inside's like, ew, what the fuck? finding out that your innie is gay, you gotta be hella.
You get every single day. It just hurt to sit down. Like, what the fuck going on? Man, I gotta stop.
I find out that I'm secretly gay on the side, and I didn't know. It's crazy.
Bro, he was super tough with that dude, man. I was like, wait, so is he only gay like at work? Well, this is kind of crazy.
Nigga gay for pay.
I'd be sick. HR gonna talk to me.
Hey, y'all letting them niggas fuck down there?
Y'all gotta inform me. The same way he just had the little envelope on the windshield, y'all gotta let me know. Like,
oh man, I'm trusting y'all with my body. You got me down there getting fucked,
bro. They went down. They went down to that hallway and they met the other people there. That nigga fell in love instantly.
Oh man,
nigga touched his hand. Ooh, I was like, slow down now. Like, bro, you don't even know what kind of person you are.
No,
I know enough. You a man, ain't you?
You've never even thought about romance, have you?
I need it. Nah, stop him though. Nah, that's funny. But I was just thinking because it's like, so like if they did have something like that, it's like if you're making like really, really good money, but it's like you'd have just like, what would you sign up for? Like, what if like your job is just like, obviously you don't know what's going on. You're just like standing in a open space and you're just getting slapped with dicks on a conveyor belt. You just got to be there for 8 hours.
All right, Jamal.
I'm just saying, like, bro, you could be doing anything for them 8 hours. Bro.
Why are they paying me?
Yeah, why are they paying me for this?
Yeah. Never mind. I wouldn't do it. I didn't consider that getting slapped across the face with dicks for 8 hours was on the table.
I'm good.
You're just standing still and there's just naked men on a conveyor belt. Just
my hair all sticky.
I'm good, man. That don't sound like what the Lord intended for me.
Absolutely. I don't want to be working anywhere where they have 8 hours worth of meat.
It's a lot of people.
8 hours worth of meat is crazy.
You find out somebody's little chip thing in their head ain't working right, and they remember. They
oh no!
That made me think of that. What's it? It's a meme on Twitter. Let's say when it's when you in heaven and it's your turn at the gate. And you just hear somebody yell, "Hey, yo, that nigga gay!"
He was out there doing freaky shit.
Oh man! Oh, bro. No, speaking of freaky shit, you guys want to hear something hilarious?
Yes.
Sure. I totally forgot to tell you guys about this, dude. So, what was it? This March now. I'm trying to think when my homegirl came out to visit.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Was it December that you had somebody out here? I don't know why I just said that. That's crazy. I don't know when you had somebody out here. I just made that up.
I think it was though, honestly. Yeah. Right. Okay, well anyway, I took a pill from one of our sponsors because my homeboy gets them, whatever. Because he was talking about it.
Hims or Blue Chew?
I took my boy gets them and I tried one.
You ever said what it was?
Yeah, Blue Chew, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Them shits hit like crack in the 80s. Oh my god,
bro, that shit scared the shit out of me, bro. I had a fucking headache, man.
Yep.
Bro,
you gotta drink hella water.
See, I didn't know that, bro. Cause I was like, man, you know, I ain't seen her in a minute. Like, man, let me try to put this bitch through the mattress, whatever. Let her know I'm still here. Dog, I take it, right? Whatever. So I think it was on. I know she had to do some work shit when she was out here. And then
it goes hard for a 4-day weekend.
It's like that,
bruh.
Hey, it'll have you for like 48 hours at least.
Ain't that when you're supposed to call somebody?
No, not the whole time.
Yeah, not if it's like, yeah. I think it's
straight.
I think you're supposed to like call the hospital if you're hard for like 4 or 5 hours straight.
Yeah, but it'll just be like, hey, you wake up the next morning, it's like, damn, it should not use like this.
Dog, so I just thought, I'm like, okay, bet she will get back, whatever. Boom. I get back, and she was like, oh man, I need a drink. I was like, fuck, I'm not trying to be fucking drinking. Because you know, you're not supposed to be like drinking when you mix like medications and stuff.
Man, hell no.
No,
not dick pills.
I use them specifically when I'm drinking.
People probably they probably swallow them with a drink.
Yep. Yeah.
No, I was fucking scared. I was like, damn, man. Like, I don't know. He was like, oh, well, how come you don't want to drink with me? I damn, I don't want to be pussy. I'm like, all right, I guess
I think all of Maro them.
Bro, and then like
fucking, I can't tell you that I took a dick pill.
Nigga, I had a headache. My heart was beating all fast. I think it's because I was like paranoid. Yeah, dude, like. I don't think you're supposed to be bitching this kind of stuff.
He's
man.
scared of the pussy.
That's some shit. Yeah, you all right? I'm like, yeah, what's up? So, man, your heart's beating really fast. Like, oh man, I'm just excited, man.
I ain't
gonna lie,
I'm excited,
bro. I had a headache, bro. I'm like, bro, we drinking liquor.
Like,
no, the shit obviously works. It was like, bro, I would never do this again, bro.
Did you still do what you need to do, or were you too sick?
What do you mean without too sick?
Did you follow through with the mission, or were you like you were sweating and heart palpitating?
Oh no, I beat it. Yeah, no.
Okay.
You just
got to stay hydrated when you're drinking those, and they usually recommend taking it like either right before or after you eat.
Yeah,
y'all remember when Kimbo Slice fought in the UFC against Dada 5000 and like they were both hella out of shape, like having like heart issues?
I don't remember that, but that sounds right.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, bro, I'm about to die, bro. I've been drinking Hitty and took a fucking blue chew. I was like, fuck. My head, that's the worst headache I think I've ever had in my life.
That blood constriction.
Bruh.
The blood leave your fucking head.
Bruh, I was like, this is so trash. I was like, man, I might need to call the hospital, bro. I think I'm gonna die.
Yeah, you need like an inversion table, all the blood go back down.
An inversion table on rock is insane. That's crazy. You want to put on the torture table,
bro.
All right. Okay.
I thought I was about to go out like Kevin Samuels, bro.
Oh, that's right. They did get
But
when I found out he died off a dick pill, oh man, I hated that nigga. That shit was hilarious.
He was not the prize that night.
But wasn't he like? I think he was like. I don't know if this was exactly true, but wasn't it like because he was like he was drinking like energy drinks and shit too, wasn't he? And his heart exploded.
I think that sounds right. Yeah, he was doing all the caffeine. A dick pill and a rhino pill, or a dick pill and a Red Bull is crazy.
Dude, I remember, man, somebody told me they took one of them gas station pills, whatever, and they said that shit did the opposite. They said this shit was on a gummy worm.
Hey,
I've seen him every time I'm at 7-Eleven.
I would be scared to take any of them gas station
I remember
pills.
jokingly asking the dude at the store if I could buy one, and he was just like, "No, you're gonna break your dick."
What?
Because I was like 22 or 23, and like we were talking about buying him as a joke. He's like, "No, you're gonna fuck yourself up. Do not buy that." Nope. And I was like,
"Hey, that's shout out to him."
Yeah, I respect it. He's like, "Nigga, you start taking them shits now, your shit's gonna be turned off by the time you turn 30."
Oh, dog! When you see them though, they be looking so crazy. It be
it's silverback
gorillas and shit.
I remember way back in the day when I was a kid. It was at the AM/PM in like Furcrest. They had horny goat weed.
Horny goat weed. They still sell that. Isn't that like not related to sex?
I have no idea, but at the time I thought it was. I didn't know what it was. I was in elementary school when I saw this.
Goat weed. Let me see. Yeah, you could buy it from fucking GNC.
Did it get you going?
What is horny goat weed?
Let me see. I need to know what it does.
Also known as barren wort or bishop's hat, is a genus of flowering plants with 20 to 30 species. They are some big ass word I don't know.
It says increases testosterone. Yeah, it's one of them shits.
Okay.
Horny goat weed.
That's some terrible branding.
Yeah, I don't know why you would call it that. I mean, nigga, I'm not putting that in my body.
Mm-mm.
Horny goat weed. I thought it was like horny goats, like growing up.
I thought that's what I thought it was for this whole entire time. I never bothered to look it up. I just assumed, okay, this definitely has to be one of them type of pills because it was sold. It was in that rack.
I thought it was
oh shit! Hey, I didn't realize there was video of the dude and the chick fighting in the parking lot.
I did not either, and that's how I put it on there.
Let's get it.
Pull that up, please, Blake. Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't realize there was video. So me and Jamal got in a disagreement about this story this week of a Seattle man who was shot after arguing with a woman in the parking lot of a Safeway on Cheap Chicken Monday, where he was throwing chicken bones at her car. She got out and ended up shooting that man in the leg. And I think she was right. Should have shot him twice. Double tap.
It looks, when they get to the part of them tussling, it looks crazy.
Hey, ever since one of our friends got cussed out by a stronger than average face female, I knew that them type of ladies was on that type of timing.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah, I'm not trying to fight with them. I'm not trying to fight with them because I feel like they got something to prove.
I just want to see him like fighting with the.
Yeah, where's the audio at?
You can't hear?
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. We gonna. I tried to freak it this week and do the podcast in Firefox. Might have been a mistake.
This nigga dare to be different. Here, I got it pulled up. Let me see.
That's funny. You said I use Firefox too. Somebody said Firefox is for niggas that use porn all the time.
Mind their business.
Sounds right.
You got ads. Hey, he's poor.
The craziest part about it is I got YouTube Premium.
No, you gotta click the second link. It's the YouTube link.
Oh, okay.
You got it now.
I want the YouTube one.
No, you are so stupid, bro.
Oh man.
I get shot in Safeway over some chicken.
The Army veteran and father of 3 says
Laying in a hospital bed recording a selfie for the news is fucking insane. What do you
He's
think?
just had a wild week in general, so I don't really like this ain't really the craziest part. Wait until you see them
when he
wrestling.
and his coworker bought Safeway's Monday night cheap chicken deal and were eating in a car parked outside
With your coworker.
And I was throwing my chicken onto the ground outside my window, so I did
Illegal.
Having to admit that you are littering on the news. You are a piece of shit.
and getting a mess in my coworker's car.
That's when he
Get a bag, bitch ass
another
nigga.
driver parked next to them and accused
Clearly
her
he
of
didn't
throwing
have-
chicken bones at her vehicle.
She opens up the car and steps onto some chicken, and she's like, "What the? Why is there chicken on the ground?" And she looks over at me and it's like, "Are you serious, man? You're throwing chicken onto the ground?" And I'm like, "Who cares? Leave me alone. F off."
A police report says the
Oh, they're tussling.
Yeah.
So before we watch the fight, I just want to say this. I don't believe his story that she pulled up after he had been throwing chicken wings out the car, and she just happened to pull in the spot and was like, "Why is there chicken on the ground?"
That does
I
sound like
guarantee
incredibly
she was already
one-sided.
parked there and he was throwing chicken. And like I said to Jamal, it'd be one thing if he was like, "Oh, my bad, I didn't see you. I didn't mean to hit your car." Who cares? Fuck off. Leave me alone. Is exactly what he said that he said. You made the situation worse.
The argument escalated when the other driver took
Why he got her
scissors
in the
and
headlock?
tried
They're
slashing
parked
her.
hella close. Why are they parked hella close?
Hella
Tackle
close.
her to the
Hey,
ground,
rewind it. I did not know
and
that. I
I
didn't
put her
see.
into citizens. And it's like, "Are you
I know this nigga was not about to say what I just
Yeah, he
serious?
was.
You're throwing chicken onto the ground?" And I'm like, "Who
Yeah, look at his
cares?
mouth.
Leave
His
me
mouth
alone.
looks big. They whooped his ass.
F off."
A police
He got it. Look, dog, he got him like a fucking rear naked chokehold.
She's giving him hell.
report said
Both of his feet are off the ground. Right now. She got
She's
him on
swinging
her,
around.
she got him on her back, and both his feet are off the ground. What is
the
happening?
argument escalated when the other driver
Hey, they are parked hella close.
Yeah, why are they so close?
It's Eagle parking too, so someone is in the wrong here.
Yeah, the cars are touching. Like her door is touching his door.
Oh no.
scissors and tried slashing
She
Glenn's
fucked
side.
that car up.
So his car is parked this way. I don't believe that she backed into that spot next to them. Because if you look at that parking lot too, there's still an empty space. I
Look at the
believe he was
stretches,
throwing
bro.
these. He was throwing this shit at her car on
So I
purpose.
jump out of the car.
No, so if it's angled parking, that means she pulled through and is facing the wrong way. Which, I mean, that doesn't necessarily say she got there first or last or anything like that, but it's hard to assign full blame based on
Oh,
the
okay.
evidence.
Based on how she's driving, she had to be the problem. Look how you treat women.
and I tackle her to the ground, and I put her.
She don't
into
need my help.
citizens
Listen to this nigga.
When the other driver took scissors and tried slashing Grant's tires.
I jump out of the car and I tackle her to the ground and I put her into citizens arrest.
The chaos.
Why are you air quoting while you saying citizens arrest? Also, he's fighting in the parking lot in his AT&T work.
No, that's funny.
I just noticed that. Oh no!
This nigga is.
Oh, he probably got fired.
He's in his AT&T work shirt. He got this woman in a headlock looking at the camera talking. He looked like he just caught him a dyke.
Just wait though. Look like he's not noticing.
Your cell phone.
Just wait.
3820 Rainier Avenue South.
Oh, you under arrest?
Syrian? Look at that shit.
She got the blinky out.
Oh shit.
Hey,
Yeah. Okay, I get her shooting him now. I thought.
Yeah, let me go. What the fuck is wrong with you?
he's telling her you're under arrest. You know what? Again, if I'm her, only thing that's going through my mind, Trayvon Martin. I gotta shoot this nigga.
A man in an AT&T shirt said I'm under arrest.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Ooh. Hey, she could have killed him.
Oh, 1,000%.
Low key.
And
Not
he
even
still
low-key.
didn't let her go.
He didn't know it was a gun.
Brother, be aware.
Didn't even realize the gun you see pointed at his head was in the other driver's hand at the time.
I let off just a little bit, so because I don't want to choke her, I just want to stop her, restrain her, so the cops come.
As security is on the phone with
That's
911.
the worst security of all time.
That's the
Yeah,
security guard. I thought it was just
Yeah.
kicking it.
Why isn't security like, hey man, I'm leaving?
She has a gun. Let her go, bro.
Someone threw chicken at your son. You stepped out on some chicken and got mad at me and started throwing some.
Let go.
Oh,
Oh, did she shoot him right there?
yes, in the
Oh,
leg.
hold on.
They don't show it on camera.
You stepped out on some chicken
You can
and
hear
got
it, though.
mad at me and started throwing some.
Let go.
Shit, I'm tired of this narrative.
Grant is shot in the leg.
I'm gonna shoot you again, bro. Get off me.
Another woman is seen coming, but apparently not to help Grant.
What are you doing? She just shot him.
She just shot me.
She just shot him. Get
Oh,
off of
get
him.
off of her, you dumbass.
And that's when my coworker runs over and pulls her.
Police believe this other
She got
woman
shot.
is the suspect's girlfriend.
And you immediately find out this shit was not worth it.
Andover Street, then north on Rainier Avenue South.
So she's willing to shoot somebody over chicken. She's willing to shoot somebody over anything. You know?
While Grant recovers in the hospital,
She wasn't willing to shoot you over some chicken, nigga. You had her in a fucking
Yeah.
rear naked
Okay.
chokehold.
Now watching this, okay, so Tyrell's in the. I can admit when I was wrong. Tyrell's,
I respect that.
yeah.
Hey,
I'm not gonna lie. I thought like they were just arguing. She was like, "Hey, you got some chicken on my whip," and then I thought she went to get the scissors.
But look, Tyrell was arguing without seeing the video too, so he didn't have this evidence to make his point, which means, I mean, his reasoning of how hard you should pop off if a chicken bone hits your car is still wild.
Yeah,
No, because
but so
I
thought
read
he
the
pulled out
story and it
gun.
said that they got in a fight. Like the story said they got in a fight. So I didn't necessarily
Stabbing the tire.
I didn't, but again, you use your brain. A woman got out with scissors to pop your tire. Don't get out the car and be like, I'm gonna fight you. Nigga, just drive away.
That's what. Okay.
But he
No,
got out
honestly
the car.
though, like,
And
yeah, like
what did
it
he
is
say?
a
I
grown-
told her, I don't give a fuck. Leave me alone. Fuck off. Da-da-da. So you know his story of, oh yeah, she just stepped on some chicken. Then I told her to fuck off. Nah, you was popping shit after she was like, did you throw chicken in my car? So yeah, you escalated the situation, and then you got the bitch in the chokehold. Just leave.
No, he was tired as shit.
No, he was trying to choke her the fuck out. I see why she pulled out a gun.
Part of my reasoning too, I've worked at phone stores for long enough to know niggas that work at phone stores ain't shit. I knew a nigga that work at AT&T deserved to get shot in the leg. 100%. You ain't never met nobody that worked at AT&T that's trustworthy.
I mean,
Think about it.
back when they were singular.
I don't want it. I'm definitely.
You didn't even have a
he's-
phone.
He's not trustworthy.
I did have a phone on singular.
Okay, look at you, old head. Punk.
Been outside.
Damn. Yeah, I didn't know he was like choking her out and all that other stuff. And yeah, leave people alone, bro.
Why she have them arts and crafts scissors in her car?
Might be a teacher.
Yep. You're right. That's my bad.
Cheap Chicken Monday, man. Trying to save them dollars.
No, Safeway chicken. Also, they were on Rainier Avenue South. They was in the hood.
Oh,
just leave, brother. Oh shit, Dalton Connect just died. Oh my god.
I've seen that.
Ow.
He
did one of them dunks where you lay on or grab onto the rim too much.
He really gets up though. That's crazy.
He does got bounced.
Hey, oh, I'm on crack stream. Just a little behind.
Okay, understood.
Yep.
All right. What else?
Speaking of crack,
ooh, look at the segu.
Y'all see what was going on over? I think this is Philadelphia. There was a high school relay race. Old girl was coming down the track. Seemed like she couldn't keep up, and just wow. Y'all seen this?
I have.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. Watching it, I agree with everybody else. It looks like she did that shit on purpose. After hearing the girl talk about it and for how emotional she was, I kind of just believe her that she didn't mean to do that.
I want to believe her because she's very upset.
Yeah, and then she posted the video. She was like, basically, when I came around the corner, the baton got stuck on the girl's shirt, and so when I went to pull it back, I lost my balance and then went back forward with it. That's kind of a lot. That's kind of a lot to believe. But the video supports it, is all I'm going to say.
I think that everything in there probably could have happened, but I do feel like it's possible she might have put some extras on it.
Bro, she was saying the girl was talking shit to her. How much shit can you talk when you're running a full sprint? You can't talk like that.
I didn't know that the girl was talking shit. Now them two things don't make sense.
Might be in super shape. You never know.
Bro.
She was talking shit and you just so happened to lose your balance on the back
Baton,
of her
like, is it Baton metal, Jamal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like hollow steel, I think. They're pretty heavy. Not heavy,
it's
but
like hollow.
It'll hurt if it hits you.
Yeah, for sure. Damn, this seems kind of slow.
It's just high school.
Oh, I don't know why I thought it was college.
They're running at Liberty though, but it's high school.
Hey, okay.
Bro, there's nothing worse than getting dusted in front of the hose at a track meet, bro. Ooh, that is the worst.
That's why you stopped running track.
Are they same team?
It kind of looked like it, don't it? Ow. Oh, no, they got different stripes on their shirts.
Okay.
Hey,
yeah. Oh, it did get stuck under her arm. Hold on. Yeah. Maybe she's like, yeah, let's get out my lane.
Bro.
When she goes back forward with it, it does it definitely got stuck. But when she goes back forward, she just goes through with such force that it's kind of hard to. And she does slow down right away to kind of check on the girl. I don't really feel like if you did that on purpose that you're like, oh shit, let me make sure you're okay.
That looked like frustration after it getting caught in her arm. It's like, yo, why are you so in my lane?
It also does look like frustration of why the fuck are you so close to me? I think, multiple things can be true, but the force in which she came back around is like, I don't know.
She's still on the ground, damn.
Dude, she suffered like a fractured skull and everything.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they were like that. Damn.
Yeah, man. Hey, you hit her hard as fuck.
Girls in the last like are kind of moving. Yeah, no, she got. I know she had a concussion and a skull fracture.
That's ugly.
She bonked her pretty good. That was a pretty good hit.
There's some noise coming off of that.
That's one of them things too. Where like, hey man, even if you didn't mean to do it, I don't really care. I still got to sue you. You got to pay for something, like accident or not. That was kind of, you did a lot.
You're doing the fucking most.
Yeah.
Bro, because she's running super I don't know, bro. It just seems like I'm trying to think. It's like, bro, you get the thing off and you're running with the thing in your hand, and then
that it definitely gets stuck. It was just like how much force it came back down. It was like, like Blake said, it looked like it might have got stuck, but you were just frustrated at this point. Two things can be true.
Because even when you're running with that's like your running form is not the same as
a punch.
It's not the same, but I guess, man.
She said,
Hey, it's kind of interesting that track and track meets like are such a big thing. Like Jamal, I know your parents used to travel all the time for that, but track ain't like a sport that ends up like paying super well or anything like that. So it's just so interesting that so many people are like into it in the way that they are, and like travel and stuff the way that they are. Like I feel like the AAU payout makes a little bit more sense than the track payout potentially.
So it's something they've been trying to figure out for a while now. I know Michael Johnson was making like a league for like sprinting competitions, but I guess it's a common thing in the professional track world for like wolf tickets to get sold. Like a lot of times, like people will be like, "Hey, we can do this event, we can run against each other, whatever," and then they pull out at the last minute. Like that's just a very common thing.
Yeah. I feel like that's a sport where like it's hella easy to have a credible excuse of why you can't run. Like I actually can't sprint right now if my hamstring's a little bit too tight.
Yeah,
like, that's true. Too tight. So it's so easy to just be like, yeah, never mind. I'm not doing that. Especially like them events don't always be for much. But shit, I love the Olympics. The most fun part is watching track. I love to watch fast people just be fast.
Bro, running AAU track, because you go like we used to always have meets at we used to be up in what's that, West Seattle where Alki is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we used to have meets out there all the time.
Damn, that's a mob.
Yeah, like you know what's funny? My first year, because I got on the AAU track team because my sister and my cousin was on the team, so I got on whatever. I think I got hurt my second beat.
That sounds very Jamal of you, honestly.
Hey, kept showing up though, huh?
That's the story of your life. Elite athlete who just a little clumsy.
Hey, dog. What was it? Because I think we used to we had a relay, a long jump, and then I ran the 200. I ran the 200 once, and I'll never run that again. The 200 meters is a long ass. When you think about it, that's a lot of running.
That's a long way to sprint.
Yeah,
is down and around the corner.
Yeah, because they say like you got to sprint 70%, and then like the last 80, they want you to go to 100. Like, nigga, I don't have no more left. I can't just sprint that much.
I was actually sprinting the whole time to keep up.
You got me fucked up.
No
like,
other gear.
I know that's the one that Noah Lyles is big in, and it's just like it don't make any sense that you run that fast for that long and then get faster at the end.
I think the 400 is crazy. That's the race my sister was super dope at. Like, I don't know how you can run that, bro.
400 is nuts.
Yeah, because you're supposed to go from like 60 to 70 to 80 to 100.
Okay.
No, sir. No, sir.
Hey,
no, I
enjoy watching the 1500
running 100. And then I looked to my side real quick. I'm like, okay, I'm doing all right. I'm down the back. I'm like in like third-ish. My cousin's in front, whatever. My cousin Julian, but whatever. And then nigga, I just feel I got the sharp ass pain in my hip. I was like, oh, nigga, I stopped and like rolled over.
You feel like you turkey bowl?
Nigga, I got a hip pointer.
Oh,
running.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. This nigga Jamal has had a hip pointer and turf toe.
You are Mr. Non-Contact for real.
He ain't never broke a bone or sprained an ankle or nothing.
Conco.
Dog, you ever had like a hip injury or anything?
Thankfully, no.
I've maybe had a pointer. I guess
that shit stinks, bro. It felt like I had like a knife trying to poke out of my hip.
Yeah,
that shit was trash.
Injuries like that make you realize, like, oh, I do a lot of stuff with my hip. I stand a lot,
bro. When I broke my foot, that's when I realized like how important like your foot is. Like
your foot,
yeah. Or even like when I had like turf toe, like bro, like your big toes are literally like your center of balance on your feet.
Yep.
That's facts.
Yeah, but that shit was trash, man.
Shout out Dion.
Watching the 1500, I got on that this year at the Olympics because it's like you're just running for so long. Like, hey, let's run a mile, but it's like let's run a mile.
No, we really gonna run.
Yeah, like you're not sprinting the whole time, but then they get to the end and it's like, how the fuck do you still have more in you to start sprinting right now?
I don't get it. That should make no sense to me.
I like just like the mental thought of like pacing yourself, because you'll see people like they get passed up and like fuck, I gotta catch up, and then they like burn out. But it's like, that shit's so impressive to watch.
That's what they tell you too. They always say like don't run and look at other people, just run your pace and you have your strategy.
That's hard to do, ain't it?
That shit goes out of the you don't even think about that when you see everybody in front of you. Like, nigga, I ain't trying to be last. Let me speed up.
It's the competitive part of your head.
You see people start to panic when somebody like passes them. It's like, nah, I gotta go,
bro. What?
Noah Lyles and Tyreek's supposed to do something this offseason.
What did you say a couple minutes ago about Wolf tickets being sold in track and field?
Tickets being sold in track and field.
That's 100% not happening.
They need to get Speed out there with him too, because Speed almost beat Noah Lyles. I've seen it.
Speed does everything, and he's good at all of it. I don't understand. He does. He's good at everything except for the thing that he does. I don't want to watch that nigga stream nothing. I
was home for a bit. I think in December. And he's a YouTube streamer, and he like just streams in the middle of the day or whatever because he does like this in real life type of stuff. I cut on a couple of them. It's interesting. I'll say that much. Again, it's one of those things not for us, but like I think he might have been in like Chile or something, like walking through like a theme park, and just like the turnout for him was nuts. And then the next day he was in another. And the next day he's in another South American country, just like walking through a market or something like that, and. The conversations that are happening between him and his security and the camera and stuff like that, so they can like safely move him through the place. Like all that stuff's like super interesting because like he's like a wild celebrity, like especially in that part of the world because I guess he's like a big soccer content creator. So it's definitely interesting.
Like, Ronaldo's his guy, and Ronaldo just be regularly tweeting him, or I think he's like hangs out with Ronaldo's kid.
Yeah, they got some sort of relationship for sure.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, when I said he wasn't good at streaming, it's like, yeah, I don't want to watch it, but clearly he is very good at streaming because he's turned that into. We were making fun of it, but it's like they roll him out at every All-Star, Pro Bowl, anything that they could get celebrities at. Speed got to be there. He was at Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
He does have a good Club Shay Shay episode too that I feel like is definitely for people like us who don't watch his stuff because it humanizes him in a way, and you get what's going on.
Yeah. I probably would enjoy that. I don't know if I want to watch Club Shay Shay for anything really, but I probably
depends on who he has on there. He is kind of a little gossipy though, a little gossipy.
He's a chatty patty.
Yeah,
hey, I'm so tired of seeing Andrew Schultz, dude. Like I feel like he kind of used to be cool. I'm just every time I hear him talk now, I'm like, why do you got to keep talking about us? Leave us alone.
They had a good conversation because
I don't.
Because Schultz was like talking about how he'll make jokes about people and like who they are and what they are and stuff like that. And Shannon was explaining his point of like how come he doesn't do things like that, and like how come like let's say like if one person says something to him about, hey bro, like I don't like that you did this, that's offensive. Shannon's like, hey, cool, it is nothing off my back, I'll stop. Like I don't necessarily need to do that. Like I can leave that alone. And seeing the disconnect between Shannon's way of thinking, which I feel like is how most people probably think, and then Schultz, like who's like full comedy brain, feels like just because he's comedy, like you should be able to get shit off anytime you want to get shit off. Yeah. It was interesting for sure. Like and then Shannon told a story on there that I don't feel like helped him at all. He was saying that when he worked at one of these studios or whatever, he was saying there was a Japanese American, or he might have been Japanese man, whose name was like Frederick, but Shannon called him Ichiro because he's like, hold on. Shannon said because Ichiro means firstborn, so I just kept calling him Ichiro. And it was just cool. That's what we did or whatever. And then he said, Fred came to me one day. He's like, hey, Shannon, my sister died and she's actually the firstborn. So if you could just call me my name from now on or whatever. And Shannon's like, yeah, for sure. Nope, I'm definitely going to call you that. But it's like, you definitely weren't calling him Ichiro because he was firstborn if you like actually knew this person, because you would have figured out he wasn't the firstborn. Like, what you know why you calling him Ichiro? Like,
absolutely. Yeah, look, this story is not adding up very quickly, actually. Yeah, that's wild as fuck. It's funny as fuck that like old people just like get away with that shit, or like not even get away with it because people will call them on it. They're just, most of them are just like, I work with this older black dude who recently retired, and I think he's married to an Asian woman, but we had a Korean girl, a Japanese girl, and a Chinese girl all started at the same time, and he just said they were all Chinese, and he didn't know that one of them was, he just, the Asian, so he's like, you're Chinese, and one of the girls like, hey, like she's very, very, very like very Gen Z, like 19 years old or something like that. Don't call me Chinese, I'm Korean. He's like, oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, anyway, so since you're Chinese, like, and just went straight back to it. It's like, nigga, she's asked you to stop like 9 times. You should probably just stop at this point.
It's like, why are you doing it?
Yeah, I'm confused as to why you're. I know me and you have worked together for 6 years, and you can't remember my name, but I know you remember that she just told you she's not. Fuck.
People are hilarious, bro.
Old people are funny as fuck. Speaking of old people, hey, I think I gotta find a way to cancel Stephen A. Enough is enough. Stephen A is doing just irreparable damage, I feel like, to the black community at this point.
What did he do?
You going on Sean Hannity to talk shit about LeBron James? And Blake, before you say it, I know that Stephen A want to be the president. He goes on Sean Hannity all the time. He talks about how Hannity's his boy.
None of this is coming from me. I didn't know.
Okay. This nigga's on Hannity, and Hannity's like, "Hey, I think that LeBron stepped to you. If I was there, I would have had your back." Man, what are you doing, brother? What are you doing, brother? It was already some whole shit that LeBron walked into your face. Is like, "Hey, man, leave my kid the fuck alone." And people can think it's however performative, whatever you want to say. I think LeBron was justified in the way that Stephen A was on Bronny's ass. I get it. You can go at him as a basketball player. He was on Bronny's ass unnecessarily. And Bron was like, man, enough. You talk about my kid a lot, like in a negative light for no reason. The nigga playing 2 minutes a game. Leave it alone. And you, okay, my bad. The next day on TV, okay, my bad. Now you on fucking.
He was playing victim at first.
Yeah, I would have choked that nigga out. You weak as fuck. Like, come on, dude.
I ain't seen this.
You go on Hannity and do it. That's nasty business.
Nah, it's because earlier in the week, Blake, like after it had happened, he talked about on his little on Stephen A show. He said what was it? He wasn't talking about Bron's. He wasn't talking about Bron. He was talking about Bron and the position that he has Bronny in. But like this, I think LeBron's problem is like I'm sure he's fine. Like he knows that like he's definitely talked to Bronny about like he's going to be in a big spotlight just because of his name and who his dad is. So we all know that everybody's going to be a little tougher on Bronny because people if you don't fuck with Bron, you probably don't want his son to do well in the league, whatever. And that's understandable. I get that. But they were getting what was it? They were losing to Philly in like a blowout game.
He got it with 5 minutes left.
Yeah, and Tyrese Maxey was kind of cooking Bronny a little bit. Tyrese Maxey cooks a lot of people. He's an NBA All-Star. He's one of the better guards in the league.
Nice.
In a blowout game, and he was getting some garbage time minutes. The next day, Stephen A. Smith was on First Take, or it might have been on the show. For the love of God, LeBron, I'm pleading with you, not as an NBA player, but as a fellow father. Why are you doing this? That's where I think LeBron got mad. Because it's kind of like, so you're talking about you're pleading with me as a father. So it's like, so you're making it seem like I'm being a bad parent and having my son out here getting cooked. That's where I think LeBron took like fault with it. Like, yeah, if you're just saying like, oh, Bronny he might not be ready to play in the league, and clearly he isn't. Like, he does some good and some bad. I think he scored tonight. I know you guys lose, but I know he had like 5-6 points earlier in the game.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so on top of that, and I know I don't watch his podcast regularly, but they said that I guess Rich or somebody like around LeBron had text Stephen A after that whole like I'm pleading with the other father shit, basically saying like, hey man, like LeBron didn't really fuck with you saying that. Like here's like why you should have said that. And then he went on his show and they said he put up the tape like in the background as he's talking.
He had the low lights playing.
He has the Bronny getting cooked tape playing while he's saying,
damn,
don't have people text me about da-da-da. Okay, cool. I won't. When I see you, I'm gonna say something. And then all of a sudden I'm weak. I just sent you guys earlier this week too. Cause I remember I was like, man, I feel like Stephen A tells niggas like, come talk to me. They got a 2-minute compilation of him saying, you know where I'm at. I'm at every game. I've been to 120 games every year for 30 years. If you got a problem with anything I say, come see me about it. And then he does, that's weak. That's below him. I don't respect that. Like you doing the most about listen, LeBron is one of our icons as a black community. LeBron, one of our icons. You on Hannity telling people he a hoe. I don't like it. Can't stand it.
He said that on Hannity. He said LeBron's a hoe.
He didn't say he was a hoe. No, absolutely not. Didn't say he was a hoe. Just he on Hannity, he tried to move on a little bit quicker than he did on all the other stuff. But he was still on Hannity entertaining the foolishness.
I'm gonna say every time that because I've watched him talk about it on his own show and on Gil's Arena this week, and both times like it seemed like he was definitely like kind of just taking the fall for it. Like, yeah, I get how come he was upset at me. Like, I'm not really trying to argue that or nothing like that. On Gil's Arena, I think talked about it for a bit longer in the sense that he kind of gave the backstory on like, hey, like I don't go to college basketball games. I don't go to these AAU games. Like I be in LA all the time. Like I didn't go to Sierra Canyon games because I feel like when I show up at places and people know that I'm at this place, then they start asking my opinion about something from that. And I don't feel like that's fair to the kids in these prep environments who are trying to play high school ball, trying to play college ball, doing whatever they do. They're not pros. They're below that. So it's like I shouldn't be spending my time talking about them. But if I'm there, people are going to ask me about it. But once you become a pro, now I have to talk about you because that's what my job is. So sure. You know what it is. It's the Cowboys and the Lakers. Like it's ESPN. It's what they talk about all the time. Yeah. So he was saying like, I get it. Like Bronny went to USC, heart thing happened. He tried to fit back in with the team. That went however it went. They had a choice to make as a family, and the choices they made was for him to go pro. I guess I don't know. He said I was like basically saying that LeBron maybe don't do that to your son because you know what's coming once he's pro. Like you're the biggest athlete in the world. Your kid's pro now. Like you know what we got to do. Like he's not going to get evaluated like the 52nd pick. He's going to get evaluated like LeBron James Jr. Like it's
sure.
So I mean that's how he was breaking it down. I didn't see the clip of him saying stuff about the Philadelphia 76ers game or the Hannity stuff. So I mean, yeah, that's a lot. But
I guess no, he wasn't talking about the Sixers game. That was the game where like that was immediately after that game when they played Philly when he was talking about I plead with you as a father. He was getting cooked in garbage time minutes.
I think you know how Monica McNutt kind of went off on Stephen A. this summer when the WNBA players were like talking about how he doesn't talk about the league or whatever in like a positive light. I kind of feel like, and I feel like part of the reason Bron did this when he did was because this was shortly after like the face of the league thing, where of course the next day Stephen A. like jumps out the window and is like, I can't believe you would say that, blah blah blah. You ruined the league by not doing all these things. It just seems like. I guess part of the problem, like, sure, I know that people turn the TV on more when you're talking about the Cowboys, more when you're talking about the Lakers. But Stephen A. is just a part of the problem when it comes to like, yeah, if you watch First Take for 3 hours, you're only going to hear him talk about 5 things. He's not always super negative. But yeah, like if the only time we hear about Bronny all year this year is about the negative shit, I can understand why LeBron coming off this conversation of like, you niggas only shit on the league and including my son. I feel like, and I don't, obviously this is speculation, but if like Tom Brady or, you know, a Manning kid came into the league when one of the Mannings were there in the NFL, I don't think it would be talked about like, I can't fucking believe LeBron is doing this. His kid sucks. We shouldn't have to watch this. I'm begging with you, make this stop. I feel like it's a good story that could just be talked about as a good story. And at no point has anyone covered it as such because they just don't like LeBron or they don't think Bronny was good enough.
You don't think they said congratulations or anything at all?
I don't, and I don't watch everything all the time, but I don't feel like I've seen that at all. Like immediately during the like Bronny first game of the season, he gets on the court and they're like, I'm so glad they just did it first game so we can get this over with. We don't have to talk about this anymore. We don't have to think about this anymore. And then anytime Bronny does play, oh, Bronny went 0 for 3, but he's in the G League averaging like 22 points. You won't hear a word about it.
Are you quoting Stephen A. on this stuff, though? Or are you saying like people's general sentiment as the public?
No, I'm talking about the general public, but Stephen A. has been the loudest voice of that, I feel like, and consistently that. As far as, like talking negative about him, talking about the like getting it over with, they said that on First Take. He said that on First Take after Bronny played. Like, yeah, I'm glad we're over this. Let's move on. We can actually worry about basketball now. Again, it's October 22nd, and you guys don't care about basketball for 2 more months. It doesn't make sense to me that Bronny is being covered in this such a negative light again, where we haven't heard like a single positive word about this out of the likes of Stephen A, out of the likes of like Inside the NBA, which is primarily who Bron's talking about when he's like, you guys cover the league in a way that just like you niggas don't like it. Like, why would anybody want to be the face of the league? The face of basketball for the last 15 years has played long enough, good enough for his kid to be in the league, whether he deserves it or not, which I think by his play, you could see like he is this level of an NBA player. Any second round pick that might play in the league, might not, might be in the G League for 10 years, whatever. Like, he's not some scrub, you know? So, yeah, it just doesn't make sense that the face of the league has a kid come play in the league and who is decent. And they're like, actually, fuck you guys both.
I don't know. I feel like if you're going to be honest about it, I don't really know what kind of conversation you have about him, just because like you don't talk about second round picks and players that go back and forth from the G League as it stands. Like, that's never a thing that happens up there on these platforms. Cause like I said, they talk about the Warriors, the Lakers, and the Cowboys. Like that's like what is First Take. And that's what moves the needle in like covering what happened on this past Sunday for, football. So it's like, if we're going to have an honest conversation about somebody who is the 52nd pick in the draft with all that entails, what that normally means talent wise, someone who's not around for the league for that long, we're going to be honest about it. Like, because again, he talks about pro stuff. We're talking about their NBA performances. If we're talking about what he did on the NBA floor, it's never going to sound good. Like this, because that's just not where he's at right now. His game's got to grow. Like it would be dishonest to not cover it.
And I feel like I would agree with that more if Bronny was playing like any real minutes. His minutes are all like either we're up big, we're down big. So like,
I don't know how much they talk about him currently. That's what I'm saying. It's like that what you're talking about, the 76ers game was like a while ago, right?
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's the fact of like, I'm kind of thinking of this from both the like how LeBron could be looking at it, but also just how it would make sense. You don't really need to talk about what somebody did in the last 5 minutes of a game that their team was down 25 anyway, for you to be like, look at Bronny James getting cooked by one of the best players in the league. It just doesn't make sense. Like, if you're not talking about him much, but the only time you are going to talk about him is when he's asked, it would make a little bit more sense of, yeah, we don't talk about G League players.
You wouldn't be telling the story of the league if you didn't, though, at that point in time.
But you could still talk about him like, hey, he's cooking in the G League. He's averaging 20 points in 33 minutes a game. He's looking pretty good in the G League. He don't look that great when he come up, but you know, I feel like there's a balance you can strike.
You can tell both sides. You gotta tell both sides.
He got in the game last night. Yeah. He was ass again.
Do any of us know that they don't tell both sides though? Because like none of us are watching this regularly or tuning into him regularly.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could, but I in all the recap that I've seen where they're showing more of this than I watch First Take on a day-to-day basis, which I have watched more since I've been off for like a month and a half. But they're showing like he clearly talks very poorly about him in the
clips you're seeing.
Yeah, but
on your algorithm where you were a LeBron James fan.
Do you think there are many clips that are like, oh, but you know, he was?
I don't think it would make sense to clip though, because they're not going to go anywhere.
I think the people who are arguing the other side of this, which there are people arguing the other side of this, would be pulling up clips saying, hey, you can't show that without showing this 2-minute clip of him talking positively about him. That's not happening. They're just saying you should be able to shit on Bronny. I want to be able to shit on Bronny.
We know what moves the needle, dog. People are not clipping clips of people talking nice about folks.
Blake, you are not on Twitter enough to see that people clip everything. There's a Stephen A. Muse page, Blake.
I don't think it's going to make it to your stuff though.
It will.
No, it won't.
Okay. I click on and scroll through replies of tweets regularly.
All right, man.
I would see it. I promise you, I would see it. I promise you, I would see it. If it
man.
And I'm not saying that he's never said a positive word about him. That's not to say he's never said a positive word about him. But again, I could understand why LeBron would be upset if 99% of the time you're gonna shit on for playing hoop, and you're telling me I'm actually a bitch ass nigga.
There's like 4 conversations happening here. I think we all agree LeBron's probably in the right for what he said to him, and it sounds like Stephen A. agrees with that as well. The conversation that we were having after that was about how they cover Bronny, and that's where I was saying like I don't really know if there's a way to honestly cover Bronny as a professional basketball player and have that be in a positive light. Besides the initial congratulations of you made it to the league and on the same team as your father. That story lasts as long as it lasts, though. It's like now you're getting minutes. The crowd is chanting at the end of the games when it's a blowout one way or the other. We want Bronny. We want Bronny. That's what's happened at the start of the season.
Yep.
So when you cover what happened when Bronny got in the game, which everybody wanted to see, who was still in the stands that didn't leave, it is what it is. Like it's
sure. And that's where I brought up the Monty McNutt point, because she mentioned like, Stephen A., you are basically the loudest voice in sports in America. You can dictate how these things are covered. So when we're saying like they don't really talk about the G League or that's not what people want to say, people are just have First Take on. People aren't like, I can't believe this nigga. And maybe the numbers would say differently. I cannot imagine that people be like, this nigga's talking about the South Bay Lakers. I'm turning the channel for 6 minutes. like he could choose to talk about it more positively. He could choose to mention every once in a while how he's doing in the G League. Which, yes, I don't watch every episode, so maybe he does do that more frequently. That just doesn't
make any sense.
That just doesn't seem to be anybody's perception. So yeah, like he can choose how he covers sports, and if he only chooses to talk negatively about most things, then yeah, of course, people are going to have negative perceptions of him.
I don't like how you say that though. He only chooses to talk negatively about it when he's only playing poorly in the NBA. Like that's like I'm not supposed to talk about it. Like what the fuck you want me to say? Hey, Bron, you did a great job wiping your shoes off, getting on the floor.
This is your point of we're having multiple conversations because LeBron is also calling you out because you, Stephen A. specifically, and most people in media are just generally talking bad about this product.
I think it was
the only thing you can say about Bronny is because you only talk bad about the NBA. Of course, you're going to say bad stuff about him. Even if Bronny was doing good, you'd be like, well, LeBron. You would just because you niggas just say bad stuff about the league, which is the bigger problem.
Okay.
I think it was primarily just because of that one clip, and he was kind of doing the most that clip and being super like he was doing the most. But I get it, like Stephen A. Like he got to put the personality on. Like he's what the biggest voice probably in sports media.
Gotta be
absolutely.
Gotta be. I don't think it's close.
They talking about that nigga being president.
Yeah, like he's got to do what he's got to do. He's got to get his clicks and his views and engagement, and he did it. And then LeBron talked to him about it, and that was it, man. It is what it is.
He has flat out said he has zero interest in running for president.
I feel like when he says it, he goes, listen, I know that this is what the people want, but I'm not interested. I feel like that's what The Rock did. The Rock was like, I would never run for president.
He talked about on the when he went on the Skip Bayless show, but he was basically saying, like, I feel like I could beat whoever Trump puts out there, but at the same time, it's like I don't have any interest in doing that. If there's like a calling for my name or something like that, then yeah, we'll look at it. But as of right now, I don't have any interest in doing that.
Don't say interest, nigga. Say qualifications. Stop minimizing the office of president. Why are we putting people in office who shouldn't be president?
It is what it is, man. That's where we're at.
This is so crazy that it's like actually credible every time around when celebrities are like, I think I'm going to run. Nigga, Linda McMahon runs the Department of Education.
Yeah, I mean, like, look.
Didn't she used to get rolled out in a wheelchair, or was that somebody else?
That was her.
That's fucking crazy.
You say Trump's unqualified on paper as well, but it's like at the same time he's executing somebody's vision or his own vision in a way that we haven't seen a president do. Like it's I don't know if qualified is really the thing. If you can get up there and orate and have the back and forth and have the dialogue and win the debates and like be like a figurehead for folks, I feel like that's kind of what this country is going towards at this point.
If you can get people to hate minorities, bro, you got a chance.
Well, no, because we weren't having him and Kamala sit down and show their CVs and compare that. Like that would be like a blowout. Like
Kamala pulled up her CV and people were like, "Shut up, bitch! You laugh weird."
Yeah, like it ain't about that anymore. You gotta shake the crowd up one way or another.
And I don't like it. I don't like. I mean, and I guess somehow this started with Obama because he was just like kind of cool. He had all the qualifications, but because he was cool, they were like, hey, just find somebody that people like and put them up there. We could do the rest of the work. And that's exactly what Trump is.
Yeah. Yep. No,
the Democrats are like, hey, we got this old nigga who can't see. You want that? Like, hey, nah, just go get some thick shit, put them on stage, and I'm voting. Let's get it.
Fuck. We're never getting a woman president, bro.
Nah, we will.
I don't think so.
Hey, we will, and she's gonna be sickening, and I think it's gonna be a Republican woman.
That's what I've been saying. I think the first woman president's gonna be a Republican.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think it's somebody who like looks like a Lauren Boebert, kind of like she got to have a very traditional American look, but she can't have no smut on her name. They don't want to hear nothing about you used to get naked. They don't want to hear nothing about you jacking people off in movie theaters.
Bro, they don't give a fuck. The first lady has naked pictures on the internet.
Yeah, they just act like that didn't exist though. But I think for people to vote in mass, she needs to be like Starlight from The Boys. Like you're a virgin, you're blonde hair, blue eyed, and you don't speak.
I don't think you're thinking about that shit, bro.
Yeah, you're thinking about the that's how the Democratic side would vote. We want you to have a clean jacket. The other side, no, we want you to stand on this shit and execute this shit and everything else to get forgiven.
I think you're right, but I think they hate women. So I'm just gonna keep going with my narrative because I think they hate women unless they're sucking dick or something.
And I think the reason it'll happen on that side is just because our side's not going to demonize or knock a candidate for being a woman. So it's like they're not going to use that as a reason why she shouldn't be president.
Yeah. Oh man,
we're going to be very careful with how we talk about this individual, and it's going to play right into their hands.
I don't even know why we're talking about this. We're never going to have another president again.
Oh, you got another one coming. Trust me.
Elon Musk is going to put a fucking automaton as our president. We're going to be fucked.
His skin suit's going to expire before this.
I hate that they made the MAGA hat black. I seen a nigga at Costco with that black on black hat where they're like, I can hide it now. Because you see, if you just see somebody in a red hat, you're like, ugh. And then it's like, oh, okay, that's an A's hat. Never mind, I'm good. But you just see that color and it gets you wrong. Now Elon Musk got he got a 10-gallon fitted cap on. Shit makes no sense.
Yeah, nasty, bro.
Crazy dick eater.
Why he bring that little autistic baby that he didn't produce?
Stop it. They're saying he's using the kid as a shield, though. Basically, that's why he takes the kid to everything so people don't go at him. And like, yo, my kids, what you doing?
And nigga, fuck that kid, nigga.
Don't hit him. He got kid with him. My apologies. Nah, hit him anyway, nigga. Hit him and that baby. It's not it, dog.
If you're racist, bro, and your kids with you, we don't give a fuck. Fuck you and that kid.
Yeah. I'll punch
that kid's probably gonna be racist too. So fuck
hey, dead ass. If somebody like called me the N-word in public, I'm punching them in their kid.
Oh yeah.
So this kid knows, hey, I'm gonna teach you hate, nigga.
I'm gonna really make you racist.
Good Lord.
Yeah, you hate colors? Watch this. Give you a reason. I'm gonna give you something to cry about.
Pussy.
I'm gonna give you something to cry about.
Crazy. You know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, almost said the word.
Can't believe they're about to let me be somebody's parent.
Oh, hey man. Salute, man.
Oh fuck. We
do it up.
We running fades over here. We going to the park jumping niggas.
Don't go to the Safeway parking lot. Try it.
Fuck no, not the 38th one. Hey, I shouldn't reveal that. My family member of mine works at the Safeway over on 38th. He regularly has stories of like, yeah, security had to go beat some guy up in the parking lot, or security got beat up in the parking lot. They try to chase somebody down. People be living in their cars and shit. It's crazy up there.
What would be the worst place to work security for in Tacoma?
Oh, that Jack in the Box that was downtown, it's probably gone now.
They just closed it like a year
that
ago.
Shit was treacherous.
That Jack in the Box, hey, that's a great pool. That Jack in the Box downtown was just in like, it wasn't a place where it's like, it's busy enough for danger to approach you, but not busy enough for you to get helped if danger does approach. Like, if a homeless person walks in and is like causing a ruckus, it's gonna take forever before somebody comes in to help.
Like, you're where? Fuck.
Yeah, and like you gotta get through like all those like the little transit center areas and stuff. Like the rail cars.
It's right by the bus station. Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised that one was open as long as it was. Because who the fuck is going there? Who's ever in that area? Like, I've went through the drive-through one time.
I've been through the drive-through a couple times for sure.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense to go over there for that food. And then over by the Jack in the Box on 56 and Pacific, terrible. Hey, as a matter of fact, that's a great one. Worst place to work security, any Walgreens in Tacoma over the last 5 years.
Oh,
the one on 56 and Pacific, they had to close it. Niggas was shooting in the parking lot regularly. Every 6 months, somebody would pull up, attach a truck to the fucking gates, and rip the doors off and just go in and steal a bunch of shit. They had to regularly put up like false doors so they could rebuild their, like, you know, the whole, not just like the side door, but the whole glass panel that the side doors is attached to off.
Niggas was wilding like that over there?
Yeah, like I shit you not, in the like 4 years that we've lived over here, 5 times I've seen that door ripped off. God, they just closed it altogether after there was a shooting in the parking lot. Like, yeah, no. They just had there was always a police officer in that parking lot, and there's a police station down the street, and it still got active. It made no sense.
They're running through that pharmacy. That's what it is.
Man. Don't ever order a prescription over there.
I know Winco be active a little bit. I know they be They got hella security up at Winco now.
Hey, Winco security looks like fucking SWAT.
Damn, like that.
It's just a bunch of big niggas wearing them goofy ass 50 Cent vests.
Yeah, they have a bunch of Samoans with a gun.
I guess it's right down at the end of Hosmer though. So
wearing a bulletproof
because the police station is right there too by Wapato.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, we went to Walmart for the first time in a long ass time. The one over by Target on 19th, and they by both doors they got two security guards, but they're just off duty cops.
What are y'all on?
Strapped up.
People be stealing, bro.
We was in Walmart looking for stuff, and I was like, they just have to lock up random shit. They had the puppy pads, like out for a new. Why is that locked up? Why is flea and tick medicine locked up?
Flea and tick, I get that.
There's something I understand that it's probably like the high shrink items. There's just something that rubs me so wrong about like we'll leave the TVs out, but the laundry detergent and toothbrushes are locked away.
Hey, no, whoever was putting out the videos of them like pouring one laundry detergent thing to the other one's like, hey man, they had open space in here. I'm trying to get my money for it. They fucked it up for everybody.
Hey, that is exactly when they started locking that shit up too. Dog, I fucking hate that toothbrushes be locked up because it's like, yo, if you come in here stealing a toothbrush, man, you're down bad. And I get it, people shouldn't steal, but nigga, if I'm stealing a toothbrush, I'm down incredibly bad. Come on, man.
Yeah, no.
Like, let me brush.
Where's
my
the human
teeth.
element?
Toothbrush be fucking $3 for a pack.
Yeah, don't lock up the standard like regular Oral-B joints. Like if you're locking up the Sonicares or whatever, cool.
Yeah,
I got you. Yeah.
But again, the bum ain't coming to steal the Sonicare joint. The nigga ain't got electricity.
You can flip it though.
To who? You know what?
Offer up.
Never mind. I love a good booster. I wish boosters would come back. So if somebody can get me a good Quip toothbrush, I would appreciate it for the low.
Yeah, that's why, man. Because I'm out here now and I'm right by the damn Target. That's why I don't like going to Target, bro. Every damn thing is locked up.
Town Center.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we boycotting Target, Jamal.
Okay, bet.
40 days.
I don't want to go up in there, bro.
Yeah, fuck that place.
Nigga, like you can't get detergent, you can't get toothpaste, I can't get mouthwash.
It's Costco, man. Costco for everything.
We just went.
We actually unfortunately shampoo for like all the nigga hair care products, bro. All that stuff is locked up.
Locked up. Not the white ones though. Neutrogena. Hey, Blake, stop it.
I'm joking.
I'm gonna start making fun of you. We went to Target recently because we had to buy a bunch of shit to do this fucking home birth, and it was like Target's the only place we can go. And we want to buy one of them cordless fucking vacuum cleaners. I'm pushing the like get help button so somebody can unlock it for us.
Vacuum cleaner for.
Well, that's just this other aside.
Oh, okay. Get out of there, Junior.
With a little help. No, but we wanted one of them cordless vacuum cleaners, so I pushed the little like get help button because they're all locked up. I pushed the button. It goes for like 4 minutes. Has a little countdown timer. It goes, we couldn't find someone to help you.
What?
Excuse me, nigga, Blake. I'm gonna tell you guys this story, and it's gonna sound so absurd. So I push it again, and I tell Amir, I was like, go up to the front of the store. You start checking out. By the time somebody comes over here and unlock it, I'll meet you up at the front. And if you check out before me, I'll just check out with it. I push it again. It doesn't work. So I walk kind of down this way. I can't find an employee.
What is going on?
I go to the tech center and there's an employee there, but she's on the phone, like trying to help somebody get a phone activated that they just bought. So I'm like, well, I'm not about to bother her. So then on my way back, I'm like, this can't be serious. So on my way back, I pushed the get help on every single aisle. They only got on like every like third aisle. So I'm just putting, I need help. I'm like, even if someone's like, I can't go to fucking vacuums right now, somebody got to be available for the fucking shower curtains or something. Nigga, like nobody comes. So I just had to rip the fucking security thing off. It wasn't that hard. It was one of them ones where it's like three wires.
Twine.
Yeah, it's like twine or whatever. So I was like, oh, I lift this one up. I picked it up.
It start going off?
No. I was hoping that it did, because if it did, nigga, I want to buy this. I pushed the button 46 times. So nobody comes. I take it. I walk to the front of the store. I get to the front. And Amira's checking out. I go, man, I was like, Amira, I just had to push the get help thing on 10 different aisles and nobody showed up. I should have stole this motherfucker. And the dude checking out goes, should have.
That is funny.
And Amira looked at him and looked at me, and I was like, is he dead ass? I should walk out right now. Because you know they don't arrest you unless you steal $500 worth of shit. It was like $130.
Yeah, loss protection, they can't touch you or whatever.
But then, so I came home. We vacuumed our bathroom.
That's like
our
a real
dogs
rule.
are gone, so we cleaned up all the dog hair, and then I returned that motherfucker. Take this dirty ass vacuum, bitch ass nigga. Fuck Target.
Oh, that's fire. Salute.
Yeah, look at me.
So you can steal
Like-
$499 worth of shit and you'd be straight.
Allegedly,
Okay.
they might round up if you that close.
Yeah, probably.
That is crazy, dog. Y'all shit is different out there.
Oh, they like everything. It's because, like, you know, man, all the damn homeless people be going in these damn stores and probably stealing shit and fucking shit up. Probably.
It's funny.
At least I know that's for a fact for Winco.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Winco then locked up the candy.
I wish we had a Winco, man. Winco's dope.
Winco is so fire.
Doesn't the C in Winco stand for Colorado?
Nope. I don't think
I
so.
thought it was for crib.
I thought Winco was Washington, Idaho, Nevada, Colorado,
It's
Oregon.
the first time hearing of this.
Are you dead ass right now, or are you just?
Yeah, I'm
making
pretty
this
sure
up?
that's what Winco stands for. Is the state that it's in.
I've never heard this before. This nigga just made all of this up.
Yeah, no, we are.
Yeah.
This is a big
Hey.
Kroger state.
How smart do you niggas think I am that I could make that up?
He definitely freestyled that.
Yeah, no.
Oh, it's California, not Colorado. Yeah, they have Arizona, California, Idaho, Montana, and Nevada. But yeah, no, look up what Winco stands for.
You said Washington, Idaho.
Let me see. Winco abbreviation. Oh. Hey, I seen it on Twitter once and I got fooled. It says Winco. It says Winco stands for winning company.
The fuck out of here.
All right, man.
Hey, but no, I dead ass heard that it was like all the. Oh yeah, in 1999 there was an adopted fun fact that Winco is an acronym for the states that it operates in. So that's like a widely known thing, but not official.
Yeah, some boogeyman shit.
I was like, damn, I know I didn't make that up. I ain't that smart.
That's funny as hell.
Wish y'all luck with that.
Yeah,
Y'all
right.
think Disney fucked up by not putting actual dwarves in Snow White? They're getting some heat for that. They got
Yes.
CGI dwarves.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. They said Peter Dinklage was the person behind why they didn't get the jobs too. It's hella
What?
fucked up. King Dwarf.
Well, he's why they didn't get it. I know he made a comment about it, but I didn't know he was like directly responsible. He was basically saying like, "Hey, y'all made the choice to be inclusive and like changed. You got Snow White's of Latin heritage inside this one, but rather than hire dwarf or actor for dwarfism, y'all chose to go the CGI route. It's like you gonna do it on this side, but not do it on this side. Like, what's going on?
He's got a point. Not gonna lie.
Yeah."
Okay, hold on. I only seen somebody's tweet about it. I didn't look into it. Peter Dinklage.
And I guess like there's still like some tropes that are being used of like I didn't know this was a thing, like I don't even know what the right word for it, but apparently like it's a bad thing about dwarves if like you have them living in caves and artistic depictions.
I see how that could be a little problematic. Yes.
I didn't know. I mean, where did you think Happy and Sleepy lived?
But it's a movie. That's like saying making any movie with black people is bad because you made the niggas poor. They make us poor in every goddamn show they put us in. Okay. So they're saying Peter Dinklage said that the 7 dwarves thing was an insult in general. And that's why they think people are speculating that they went with CGI because he's the one that said it's offensive to make us act in this way.
What? That is not the article I read from him earlier. That's okay.
Yeah, it says it makes no sense to me. You're progressive in one way, but you're still making that fucking backwards story about 7 dwarves living in a cave together. Have I done nothing to advance the cause for my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough.
I think that's the thing is the cave.
Yeah,
the cave is bad.
So people are viewing it as like they went with CGI because they didn't want to have real dwarves living in the cave. So they did CGI dwarves. So they're blaming him for why they didn't get it because he said that, even though he's speaking out to say why y'all got us in caves. Stop putting us in caves.
So interesting.
They put fake people in caves.
I didn't know that there was such a deep history of dwarves in caves. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either, bro.
Yeah, I think any like how everything goes now, anything that's using AI and CGI and stuff over just like real people. When you're, I just don't think it's right. Like, Motherfuckers is out here down bad over every single thing. Can't eat, can't do nothing, can't go outside. Now you can't. If I'm an actor, I got replaced by a fucking Munchkin CGI.
We have some CGI in this next topic.
Which one?
The one you ain't seen yet.
Okay. Hey, I think they said that the main actor or the main voice from Dragon Age is AI voice, and that's why he doesn't have no range. And now that I've played like 60 hours of that game, I'm like, it does. I could see that this is AI. I haven't looked into it. I just seen that somebody said it on Reddit, and that was like one of the things why people were like, oh yeah, this game sucks because they use AI for the voice. And if that's the case, it does make a lot of sense because the main character is like, damn, nigga, you're mad, but you're like, I'm gonna kick your butt.
I know people are shying away from doing things that big in video games, at least doing it publicly. On Steam, and on every single game, it'll tell you at the bottom how AI was used in the game, and I've never seen one like that yet. But I do agree, some things do seem like, hey, this might have been
for sure
touched up by it or something. Like
Coca-Cola got in fake trouble for like a week because they had like a whole commercial, and it was like this commercial's AI generated. It was their like typical holiday, like
the polar bears in the clouds.
It's just like you guys have done that commercial every year for 50 years. You had a different holiday commercial. Why did you need to start doing AI? How much money could you have saved? I don't want to know how much money they saved, but like, why? Just why? I don't understand.
That's a good question.
The why about it. How much did you save for it to be worth like
a lot? That's why they doing it, bro. At the end of the day, bro, everything is about money. It's a business.
Them niggas will save $60,000 and be like, "Whew, thank God." We're gonna hit $2.7 billion in revenue.
These corporations be so damn big too, especially you talk about like parent companies and what like they might own under them. They could own some like AI factory or some shit like that we wouldn't even connect to Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
it's like that might have been in house.
That's true. We'll never know.
Chat GPT owned by Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried of the Coca-Cola family.
All right,
Jamal, Captain America.
Oh, I already told you I fucked with it. I liked it. I give it like a 7.5, 8 out of 10.
What did you? I probably said like a 6 or something, 6.5. It's good watch though. There was some. Tell me if you got this vibe. Like I felt like there were some scenes in this movie that did not fit the vibe of the rest of the movie. One, for example, is like when they're going to the White House for the first time, and they're inside the limo or whatever. Yeah. That seemed like very freestyled compared to like the rest of everything else that happened around it. There was.
It was very early on though. Like that was before like the Isaiah Bradley shit. Before,
yeah, I'm just saying like the way that the lines are being delivered back and forth, that felt like there was like almost like no script, kind of like they was just in there shooting the shit.
Yeah, it was in there kicking it.
Yeah.
Hey, did you think this at all? Like when Anthony Mackie's like having like, I feel like he was good in that movie. Then it's like he kind of wanted to start graded after some of his lines.
I didn't peep that. Wait, he was smiling for a lot of the movie though.
Is he doing the face, Jamal?
Nah, I feel like he does. No, like he'll say like some super serious ass shit. Like, damn, that was really good, man. That he just like he want to start graded so bad,
bro. And then the other thing I noticed, this is also earlier in the movie. Inside that same limo, Isaiah Bradley's hair is different than when he goes inside the White House. Like it's a different hairpiece entirely.
I didn't know that. That's fine.
I wish they would
movies do that.
It was a nasty hairpiece. I do wish that they would have given probably a better fight between Sam and Giancarlo Esposito's character, because he seemed like he was ill. Like the way he came out and like tore that truck up, like he seemed like he was about that shit. I feel like they could have had a better fight for sure.
Yeah, no, he was kind of cool. I wish they did have a little bit of more of him in it.
For sure. I didn't like the main villain either. I thought that was kind of strange. Like you're the smartest man on the planet. You orchestrate all these like these countries trying to go to war and shit like that just because you want to get out of jail. But it's like you can't use that big ass brain to get yourself out of jail, but you can do all this other shit. Like that's crazy. Like you could have got yourself out. It took Sam and the other dude like 10 minutes to get to where he was. Like you could have got out of there. All you needed was some bolt cutters, dog. You couldn't orchestrate some bolt cutters. Like that's crazy.
Point, man. He had an intricate plan and it went to a T.
That's funny as fuck.
This nigga won a 28-minute movie.
Hey Jamal, I haven't watched most of the MCU stuff post Doctor Strange. But someone said that they feel like the MCU is trying to rush to the next like major thing, like the Doctor Doom stuff, and not building up in the same way that they did with Thanos. Do you agree with that? take on it because I feel like
the John
it's coming quicker. I feel like it's coming quicker, but they also have put out just like 10 times as much content as they used to. Like everything used to be one movie that led up to, the big Avengers movie or, a couple, one movie a year leads up to this big one. But now it's like every year I feel like we get two Marvel movies probably and 2 Marvel shows, which all kind of advance or are supposed to advance the storyline. Some of them just be like not related at all or like tangentially related kind of stuff. So I felt like it was like, it does seem like they're rushing to get to the next major event. Like they're rushing to get to the next Endgame kind of thing or Civil War kind of thing. But they're also just putting out so much stuff. It's like they're getting it.
Well, I think the rumor is like the next, obviously we know like the mutants are going to be a part of the next saga. Because at the end, did you ever watch the Marvels?
No.
At the end of that, they show Photon's mom. She was at the X Mansion with Beast. With Beast,
okay.
And like another
Photon, the black chick, and her mom was in the hospital during Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think I'm out on the MCU at this point. I'm just like a combination of 10 movie and shows behind that. It's like I'm never fucking catching up with that shit at this point. And it's so much. I'm not.
So you didn't watch Daredevil?
No, I haven't. I might certain stuff like I watched Moon Knight and I didn't really give a fuck about any of that stuff because the show be good. I might watch Daredevil because the clips I've seen of that nigga beating ass. Kind of just want to see some good like fighting on TV. Maybe
you ain't gonna get it. We had a whole episode of him in the court. You ain't gonna get it. But
nigga, I haven't watched that. I'm not trying to watch
yet.
That.
I haven't watched episode 3 yet.
One or two episode 3. He's in the court the entire time.
I didn't like the CGI kind of fighting. They should have just kept like practical fights, like how they did with like when it was on like Netflix. But Bullseye's a problem, bro. He just be woo.
So the last time you gonna see him fight, that's it. We made him tuck his tail. It's like I can't fight no more, man. No, it's like Foggy.
You sound like
talking about man. I'm talking about Bullseye.
I know. I'm saying Bullseye made him tuck his tail.
Oh yeah. No, he'll be back. Come on, bro. We got 9-10 episodes of this shit. He'll be back.
I can't do another 9-10 if it's like episode 3.
Hey, isn't this one like 18 episodes this season?
Nah, it was supposed to be. It's 9 episodes, I think.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
it was watching Law and Order.
You know who needs to start skipping some fights? Mark Grayson. Jamal, do you catch up on the Invincible yet?
I have 2 episodes left.
Oh,
I'm not gonna spoil anything with specifics, but I was reflecting today after watching today's episode, and I was like, when does he win a fight? The only people he beats up is like, okay, like you should have, but like Eve come in and save his goddamn life every time. When he was fighting the damn dragon,
she's low-key OP.
When she was fighting the dragon at the prison, it was like, Mark, what are you out here getting ragdolled every time?
I think his problem is he's just scared to hit shit.
Yeah,
I think he doesn't want to kill. No, he doesn't want to be like,
get out of here. Oliver, get out of here. People, get out of here. Everybody move. Get nigga fight in the problem. He's Batman. My big beef with Batman has always been kill the problem. Don't let Joker keep getting out. You know,
bro, that's his rule though, you dickhead. Batman,
nigga, I don't care. Same with Mark. Don't want to kill nobody either. But if you don't kill some of this shit, it's going to keep being a problem.
Mark is like he's like Superman, but he wants to have like I don't know, like Daredevil's level of villains. Like he wants to be able to handle street shit. Yeah. Like that's not your role, my boy.
And at some point, like you know how the saying is like everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. He's been punched in the mouth so many fucking times.
Specifically this last episode.
This last episode, Blake, I think the episode was 53 minutes and he got beat up for 40.
God, maybe more.
Hey, you know who needs their own spinoff show on there? That Beast Cat nigga. That nigga is a problem.
Hey, Beast Cat was in the prison putting belt to ass. He's like, oh my God, I'm so honored. I've been waiting to kill
you. Told me there was a fight.
Yeah, I'm about to kill you because you said there was a fight and these niggas are pussy. The fact that the Seth Rogen's character, the one-eyed dude, trained for 3 episodes and it's suddenly he can beat a Viltrumite on his own. He can fake his own death.
He got rebuilt though. He had something else happen to him.
Blake, Mark is a fucking Viltrumite. We see these niggas.
He just keep going to Cecil, keep those bandages on him.
That's very true. But remember they had to build a new fucking bench press machine so he could bench press the weight of the world just so he could punch fucking Negan in the face. And he was like, oh, if that's all you got, this is gonna be a long episode.
Mm-hmm.
If that's all you could do to me, I'm sorry what's about to happen to you, brother, because this is
ripped his brother in half.
Yeah, Oliver came in and was like, hey, dog, I thought
he's like, first your bones break, and then you start feeling your spine separate. Next up is your skin. I was like, this is devious. It's really gonna rip.
You can focus through the pain.
Yeah.
Feel your skin ripping. Oh, brother. Hey, the dude that played Negan, I don't even know, Jeff Morrigan or whatever his fucking name is. He's the evilest actor of all time. I've seen him in something recently where he was like supposed to be like the good guy, and I'm just like, no.
Negan's the guy with the big brain.
No. The Viltrumite that came is.
That's the same. That's Negan from Walking Dead. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, Conquest.
So people were saying like,
brain. That's Sterling K. Brown over there.
Mm-hmm. Is it really?
It is. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but no, they said the best way to traumatize two fan bases, and they were clipping back and forth between Negan beating fucking Glenn's head in and Conquest fucking walking Mark all over Earth. He did him worse than his daddy did him. I don't know how the nigga lived.
I wanted to say that in the chat so bad, but I know y'all hadn't watched anything, so I was like, that's gonna be a spoiler. Hey, you already.
I'm sorry, Jamal.
Yeah,
you know that Mark gets beat up in every episode.
Oh yeah, he was getting his ass.
Yeah,
this one's bad.
Hey, when he hit Oliver in the mouth and that nigga spit out all of his teeth, I was like, oh no. he would start this position and then he would start flying and then smack the shit out of you when he stopped flying, and they were just gone. They were off the screen.
Mark's girl got off a hospital bed to come help him. Guess how that went?
He fucked the evil again.
Look, man, look, you gotta watch.
God damn, bro. All right, I definitely finish up this weekend.
They're like, hey, you can't go. She's like, don't look like I need to walk.
Yeah.
You might.
Hey, Eve's dad's a hoe ass nigga, bro.
He just mad.
He's terrible.
I can't. Mad. Don't use your superpowers to pay my rent. Fucking broke ass nigga. Get your money up. Anyway.
Okay.
What was this question? I feel like we could talk
that was
about
me.
This,
I just
talk about this. Let me talk about this for a little bit.
I just wanted like your guys' like general opinion or impression if each one of these leagues, whether you feel like they're trending upwards, trending downwards, getting better, getting worse, type of deal. I had the thought earlier today that the current NFL is like the most entertaining football that I've like been able to watch in my entire life. But then I obviously don't feel the same way about the NBA. But let's talk about just kind of saying, like, do you think getting better or worse for each one of these leagues? So to start with the NFL, do you feel like they're trending upwards or like downwards?
Up. Gotta be trending upwards, yeah.
So far up.
Yeah, I think the changes they've made to the rules to like let the scoring happen and all that type of shit has definitely made things like way more fun.
I feel like, and obviously this partially being facetious because I think this year's draft, the top 11 picks all won 4 games this year. But I just feel like even in a lot of these games where it's like really shitty teams, you just get to see some good shit. And
crazy athletes.
To the point of like what we're probably going to talk about with the next one. But like, I think being able to get on Twitter or get on YouTube after a game is over and have somebody like who is much, much smarter at football than me really break down like, hey, this play worked because this right end set the edge the way he was supposed to. And like, I don't know, just I feel like makes me smarter. Even as somebody who played football for a really long time, you're able to just get online and find information that makes you feel smarter when watching it. Same, I think even with the cap, like we all are somewhat familiar with our team's cap space and like how that all works out. And like, oh, this deal isn't real because these last 2 years, and I can look at this deal and see that. Like it has so many different elements that are just entertaining, even outside of the on-field product.
Yeah, they're cooking.
It's hard for it to not go up. I wish them niggas had better like money. I hate seeing that Tyrese Halliburton's making Patrick Mahomes money type shit, but it's incredible to watch on field and then just be like fully engaged with 12 months out of the year.
Yeah, they definitely have done a good job making it an entire cycle. I think It's interesting to me too that they are still finding like new plays to come up with and all types of shit. Like people are still being innovative in like I feel like football it might be harder to do that, but they keep on finding ways to do cool shit. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Good
I
spot.
think I remember the beginning of last season, even though not last season, 2 seasons ago, even though it was at the expense of the Chargers, when the Dolphins figured out that you can run the motion and snap the ball with your player in motion, just seeing like
an arena football.
Yeah,
basically,
like that fucked my team up. But by like week 6 of that year, every team in the league had some version of like that kind of play. Yep. And then by the next season, that shit didn't work anymore because now defenses know like, nah, we're just gonna like stack our defense in this way where if you do that, we got somebody waiting here.
You're gonna run into a wall.
Yeah, so like it's incredible to like if you're not a diehard sports fan, or if like I said, if you don't go online afterwards and see people who are much smarter and seeing shit that I don't see, kind of putting you on to certain stuff, you can still be entertained with football. Like my mom, who just watches the Seahawks, doesn't really give a fuck about what else is happening in the league, is just gonna have a good time. But if you want to like, I want to know the cap situation and the strategy of this team, there's just something for everybody to get as like deep as you want to. It's
okay. What would you say? How do y'all feel about the NBA? You feel like it's trending up, trending down? Y'all like
I know it's generating more money than ever. And
that's not what we're talking about.
Are we talking about just like the product?
Yeah, like how your enjoyment of watching it. Like you feel like they are they in a better place, worse place, going in the right direction, wrong direction?
It's definitely gone down.
Yeah,
because it's so many games where it's like it's 82 games, so not every game matters, and then you got to worry about like players not playing like last minute for like load management and injuries and all that stuff. And then sometimes it's like, bro, like I don't want to see like any team can look bad any given night, but it's like, bro, when teams are just like, it's just fast breaking, teams are just jacking up threes. Like, bro, there was a game the other night. Fucking it was the Boston and the Thunder game. I think the Thunder beat them by like 6 points. But dude, Boston shot 20 of 64 from deep.
That don't even sound real. That's crazy.
Yeah, and they only lost by like 6 points.
And you just dribbled a couple more times.
I think
they're passing out of like good drives to the basket, like layups and all kinds of stuff. It's like, bro, it's just.
I think even especially with Boston, like I feel like when you watch the Warriors shoot a lot of threes, it feels different. But Boston's 2 best players are good in a way that doesn't revolve around shooting threes. I don't want to watch Jaylen Brown, who can like dunk on just about anybody, can do a lot of shit in the paint. Same with Jason Tatum. I don't really want to watch them shoot threes. I'd be fine. Like you watch LeBron, it's like, okay, his team's going to shoot threes because he's passing out, but that nigga get into the cup. Like I want to see Jason Tatum get into the cup often and then the team around him shooting threes, not, oh, let me run Jaylen Brown off a Derek White screen and get him for an open 3. Like
they just have so many people that can shoot. Like I get it, but it's like this because they average the most attempts. It's like
for sure,
by
47 or 48.
Yeah.
That game against OKC, bro, they shot 64 threes.
That's crazy.
I'm like, bro, this is so many fucking 3-pointers.
What's I about to say? Yeah, I don't know. I think the NBA has the potential with like the players and like there's so many good players in the league right now to look better, but it's like there's 2 plays that get you a bunch of points. So everybody just has to run those over and over again. And that's what I was going to say. I think the length of the season is just a problem. Seeing before we got on here, we saw that the Thunder are being investigated by the NBA because last week they sat their entire starting 5.
Yep.
And I was just thinking of like, could you imagine outside of week 18 NFL where, most teams are going to sit starters because it doesn't matter. Could you imagine if like on a Thursday night, Jags Titans, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm about to sit down and watch this game. Oh, Trevor Lawrence, Christian Kirk, Brian Thomas Jr., and Travis Etienne are just out. Just not for any reason. They're just out.
And it's not week 17.
Rest.
Yeah, nigga, you would just be like, what are you talking about? So it's like, I can see how it's like hard to get up for that. Even, tonight, Lakers Nuggets, people are just not going to watch the game because LeBron and Luka aren't playing. Good game. Ended up being close towards the end. 2, playoff contenders. It's like, yeah, the fucking 4 best players on one of the teams aren't playing. I don't really want to watch that regardless of what the outcome is. Football, I'm going to watch every game because at least I know the players are going to be out there unless they're hurt.
And it's just so many less games. Like every game really matters.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's hard if you're a fan of the Knicks who lives on the West Coast to be, well, I guess opposite. If you're a Lakers fan who lives on the East Coast and it's like the Lakers play Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Monday at 7, 9, midnight, 4. Like, it's like, nigga, I can't keep up with that versus, babe, I'm locking in on Sunday. Don't talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just have a game to watch. You know, I'll put basketball on TV and Amara will watch it with me. She's like, oh, the Lakers are playing tonight. Oh, we're not watching TV because the Lakers are playing tonight. Got it. Okay, it's Wednesday. Survivor's on. Can we watch that instead? You know, there's just so much more stuff to do. But like, you know, my wife knows for 18 Sundays out of the year, maybe 20, don't ask me to do shit. And
ball.
And I'll give up a Monday night game. I'll give up a Thursday night game. Just don't bother me on Sunday, please.
That's gonna change you.
The NBA. No, oh, me and homies watching games together.
That's what you think.
Yeah, I'm dedicated to my craft.
You're gonna get up and you're gonna come back and Paw Patrol is gonna be on.
I'm trying to build the kid that I was, where it's like, oh, I don't need to watch cartoons. The Pro Bowl's on.
Oh God.
Yeah, me and my grandpa used to be like, oh, I don't need to watch Power Rangers. The Mariners are playing on Saturday. Let's get it.
All right. I do feel like the NBA is trending down, but I feel like they're about to turn it around here in a little bit, just because I feel like such of their main star power is all up there in age. There's at least the 3 biggest names still. They're going to move on. Things have got to shift. Things got to change. We have teams like Cleveland that are young and exciting. We have the Thunder who are young and exciting. We have
Boston still the fun. Like
Boston, yeah, but I think I like Boston most nights. Sometimes they definitely do fall for the 3 a bit too much. I like Detroit; they're young and exciting. I think there's a lot of like talent that is ready to start taking the next step inside the league, and I think we're getting close to that happening. I will say though, like when I was thinking about this earlier today, I didn't ask you guys this, but like my golden era of NBA basketball for my life would probably be, I want to say like Big 3 Celtics to maybe like LeBron winning in 2016.
Yeah, just probably the same for me.
I completely agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. So, and I don't know what it was about necessarily that era, like what things were unique to it. I mean, I feel like maybe star power was a little bit concentrated through that whole entire run for sure. Because like once the Big 3 Celtics happened, everybody tried to chase that and build their own version of it. The brand of basketball that was being played was dope. There was threes were still flying. Steph hadn't really had his influence kick off to the point where everybody's trying to mirror him, which I think is what's going on now. But it's I don't know. There was definitely good basketball through that run right there.
I think something that I see people point out a lot is it was the variety of the game that we got. Like if you watch an Orlando Magic game in 2011, that looks drastically different than watching a Dallas Mavericks game. Those teams are kind of built similar, but like it just looks so much different because like, hey, Dirk is really good at the mid-range. We need niggas that are good at that and like further out. Dwight's really good in the paint. We need a bunch of niggas that are good at that and then further out. But now it's like everybody has to shoot threes, and that's where we start. If you are Anthony Davis, like it's unfortunate that the league gets covered to the point where they're only talking about that. But they're at the All-Star game and Kevin Hart's talking about, I don't want to see Karl Anthony Towns shooting threes. But like, it's a good thing that Karl Anthony Towns can shoot threes. But
100%.
In your golden era that you're talking about, if Karl Anthony Towns was in the league, he would shoot some long twos and some threes. But that nigga would be in the paint going crazy. You would just have a dominant big man who could do all the Dirk stuff. Even seeing somebody who like Brooke Lopez, who was played in that era and is playing now, this nigga's a 43% three-point shooter. He's a completely different player than he was.
He's threes and blocks now. That's it.
His brother can't even play basketball no more because he was like, oh, I'm just going to keep blocking the ball. Doesn't matter. We don't need a nigga that can block the ball. We need you to shoot threes.
I believe Brooke Lopez is still the all-time lead scorer for the Nets, which is crazy because he hasn't been there forever.
Yeah. Shit, nobody's been there forever.
Damn, nobody stays there. Now that I think about it.
Certain players like just can't play. Like Rudy Gobert being a 4-time defensive player of the year who can regularly be played off of the floor in playoff games every single year because he doesn't shoot threes and can't guard the 3-point line. It's just like not something you would have seen. A team, the Wolves putting together Cat and Rudy Gobert in 2008 would have been like, what the fuck are we supposed to do with a 7-footer who can shoot threes and a 7-footer who can block everything?
Yeah, we can't go anywhere. The floor is all jammed up.
Yeah, it was that was the OKC Thunder when they had Serge Ibaka and KD, where it's like, what the fuck are we supposed to do?
Yeah, Perkins there too.
Yeah, it was a problem. So it's like it's getting worse, but it's like the players are so much better. Like just every I think about like a team like the Magic who are backsliding, doing terribly. They got 5 players who you put on any other big market team or a team you put Paolo on any team. You put a Jalen Suggs on a good team.
Difference maker for sure.
Yeah, Franz Wagner.
Over there.
Like they got so many people who are just like, you're not gonna watch because they're in Orlando. They were doing all right, but then they weren't. They're not gonna do shit in the playoffs. So you're just not gonna think about them. But Paolo can go for. Paolo's the type of player that's gonna like win a scoring title. You're like, yeah, I've seen him play 16 times all season. Okay. So yeah, it's that the NBA is in the worst spot, I think, because it's like the players are getting better and nobody still wants to watch you.
Yeah, they gotta figure something out.
Hey, but I was squinting a little bit when you first brought this up because boy, being a Lakers fan right now watching basketball is so fun.
And there's certain brands of it that are being played where that's definitely the case.
Yeah. Oh, buddy, it's going straight up in this household.
Y'all see Philly say they might be looking to trade Paul George this offseason?
Yeah.
Good luck.
With that contract?
It can happen.
Oh, it can, yeah, for sure.
I don't ever, Blake, I feel like you say this a lot with NBA trades, and I don't ever want to argue against you because you're right and players do get traded. It shouldn't happen. Like, it just because the team that does trade for Paul George shouldn't. It's going to be the Hornets. It's going to be a team that the Hawks, somebody who just shouldn't do it, but they're probably going to. You're absolutely right.
If I am the Hornets, though, in like one of the major criticisms about my star players has been immaturity. Bringing in a vet who has been a star in the league prior to this, like he don't even got to go down there and help them like necessarily become anything as far as winning goes. But I think he's probably a good example of being a pro. Like that might be enough, and you might be able to pick up assets by taking him in a trade just because that contract is so poor.
You're saying that Kyler Murray Sr. is the definition of a pro. They had to be like, hey, can you stop doing this fucking podcast, bro? Can you please stop?
He ain't perfect. He ain't perfect. But he did it at a high level for a long time, man. He done seen some things.
Hey, is Paul George a Hall of Famer?
I have no idea.
He's getting in the Hall of Fame.
I fucking hate that.
Because like once you get like 5 or 6 All-Stars. Yeah. And then, like, I'm pretty sure, like, actually,
I'm sure we've done this topic on Paul George before. I fucking hate that he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, because it's like he could just be DeMar DeRozan's getting in the Hall of Fame, and I feel like he's more accomplished than DeMar.
Yeah,
DeMar DeRozan's around for a long time, sure. Bro. He's got 5 third-team All NBAs, 1 first team, 9 All-Stars. 2 defensive first teams, 2 second team defenses, most improved. Yeah, no, he's going to the
I need to pull something up because I don't know. I can't just hear you say he's more accomplished than DeMar DeRozan and believe it. You might be right.
Nigga, I know I'm right. You should know
DeMar
that.
DeRozan. Yeah, he ain't. I mean, he's made a lot of baskets, but he really ain't been around for much of nothing.
He went to he led a team to multiple Eastern Conference Finals, didn't he?
I don't know about getting them to the Eastern Conference Finals. Nigga, they used to get bounced by Bron, nigga.
And LeBronto.
DeMar DeRozan. Yeah. Paul George only has 1 first-team All-NBA.
Stop, dude.
You got to think about it. Like, the other people that are in his position, he's not going to get it over KD or Bron.
Yeah, that's true. Damn.
Or Kawhi.
Yeah. Stats. Oh, Jesus Christ. This nigga DeMar is a terrible 3-point. Stats-wise, they're pretty similar until you look at their like Vort. Yeah. Paul George,
not the Vort.
Better. Yeah. No, Paul George is better.
That's how I know it's like this nigga's wrenching in Vort.
Mm-hmm.
It's on player comp.
Go back to work.
Okay.
He learned Vorp now. He brought VPA the other week against me.
Hey, I hella be thinking to myself like, damn, I should be going to work. When I sometimes we'll just be in the chat and I'm just arguing with niggas because I'm like, I literally don't have anything else to do.
That's me.
Like me and Amara just sitting around waiting to start doing something for the last 2 weeks. The house is so clean, it can't get any cleaner. We're running errands that don't exist anymore. So I'm just like, I can't wait for somebody to bring something up in the chat, dog. I'm tired. I need to argue about something. I be arguing points that I don't believe.
That's my bag.
Hey, if I might argue something tonight that on Monday I'm going to argue against. I'm just sitting there waiting to argue.
He's a great debater.
Blake, me and you had a whole conversation the other night in the fantasy football group chat. I didn't even realize it was that group chat because I was just like, I'm fucking bored. I thought it was the other one. I'm talking about stuff I shouldn't have said in this chat. Good grief.
It'd be like that sometimes with the people at high school babies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, why am I talking about this in here? I thought this was fake.
Sometimes you just got to argue some shit that you don't even believe. You just want to argue.
MLB?
I think the MLB is kind of in the same position as the NBA, getting better and getting worse. We're like, hey, 6 teams are so fun to watch. The World Series last year was incredibly fun to watch. I don't give a single fuck about what. I don't care if the Dodgers hit 400 home runs in a game in June. Like, you just cannot make me care. I'll go to a Mariners game. It's May, the sun's out, and the roof is open. I'm not watching a single fucking second of them play the White Sox. Like, there's just like, you can't make me care. But once it's time to care, boy, that shit's fun.
I think it's like baked into the formula of the MLB that you're actually not supposed to care about any of that stuff. I think their game is built around the stars in the playoffs, and I feel like their batch of stars are as exciting as they've been in a long time.
Absolutely.
From the freak athletes that they have to the things that, like, people are doing things that we've never seen. God damn it. We've never seen before, like a Shohei Ohtani, Paul Skeens doing what he's doing, Ellie De La Cruz, the other De La Cruz on the Pirates. Like, there's just lots of exciting things going on within baseball right now that I feel like as long as these teams can actually be competitive and be there in October, I think they're only going up. Like I said, I don't think you're supposed to care about the 162. That's like if you wanted to go have some popcorn or Cracker Jacks or hot dogs or whatever the fuck, it's there for you. But it's about what happens in the postseason, and they're definitely going the right direction for that.
Yeah, I am gonna wait to respond until he gets back. I'm pausing it.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
But you remember when you used to say whenever you have your music playing, remember you'd have your music on shuffle. What song always would play?
Freestyle by Lil Baby.
No, that started happening to me this week.
Thank God. Let's go.
I'm like, bro, why is this Little Baby freestyle keep?
Let's go. Hey, and it doesn't even make sense that in 2025 they're offering you freestyle by Lil Baby. Did you just start listening to that song? That doesn't make any sense.
Shout out to MLB.
Hey,
oh my God.
Y'all be like when y'all like play like a random song, just be letting it play like on like shuffle, whatever. Like when you just play like a certain song, do y'all be getting like some crazy shit like popping up?
Not like you.
Not crazy shit. I'll get some stuff where it's like, I don't know why you thought I wanted to hear this. I don't know why. Yeah, Playboy Cardi. I don't know why you thought I wanted to play that. Turn this shit off, nigga.
Dude, I've been getting it does help you like find some good songs though, because I have found like some hard ass like Hit a J3 songs. He got a song with RJ.
But that makes sense. He's like, you heard him on an album recently.
Yeah, but was it like who was it? I discovered an artist named Rosecrans Tone. Y'all ever heard of Rosecrans Tone?
I have not. But hey, I discovered
Compton.
I discovered Conrad from the Avs via Shuffle. He got some hits.
Okay.
Yeah, Conrad from the Avs got some hits.
Bro, I found an artist named Tesla. I sent that to you guys for that No Sada Baby. Where he's talking about being like a real blood.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Like No Sada Baby, we got real sticks. We ain't getting robbed. No Sada Baby. That's pretty much the song.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, well, I fuck with Sada Baby, so I'm not listening to that.
Yeah, I do fuck with Sada Baby.
But no, so Blake, I think the MLB and the NBA, I think, have the same problem that you just laid out, where it's like the game is meant to be watched in the playoffs. And I think it's just hard to say you're getting better fully when I'm like, I don't give a fuck about you until it's important. Mm-hmm. When the NFL, who's getting better, is like, I care about you 12 months out of the year, maybe 11. Like there might be 1 month where we're just like, there's no NFL news really going on. But like with the MLB, it's like we talked about it earlier with like Bobby Witt. A player like Bobby Witt, you mention in any random bar, 90% of people might not know who he is. One of the best players in the league. If he goes to the Mets and he starts playing in the playoffs, or he goes to the Dodgers, starts playing in the playoffs, all of a sudden, everybody got a Bobby Witt jersey. Bobby Witt's super important. And I think it's the same thing with the NBA of like Franz Wagner, not important.
Keep going. I can hear you.
If he goes to the Lakers, all of a sudden, Franz Wagner a top 10 player in the league? Like the conversation on people just changes so differently. So I think it's hard to say a league is going up when your best players don't get talked about, when the main league, I think, to compare people to as far as going up is the NFL. And we talk about the best players in the NFL all the time for most positions. Not, linemen don't necessarily get talked about, but motherfuckers going to talk about a really good Luke Kuechly going to get talked about. Navarro Bowman, who is the second best linebacker on his team in his prime, is going to get talked about because it's just like, we just talk about the NFL. And that could be our bubble, maybe.
It's not. It's America, though. Like this is more reflective of how popular the NFL is.
For sure.
It is an unbeatable, unstoppable juggernaut where NFL games are like normally some of the most watched TV year in, year out.
All year.
Nothing can compete with the NFL. Anything. Like, so trying to compare any other sports media cycle to the NFL, like it's not going to make any sense. It's going to look like, how is that league still functioning? Like that's
and I guess that's where it's hard for my brain to be like, yes, it's going up because the talent's better, but I just don't care as much until
completely fair.
Yeah, because like the NBA playoffs seem to, I'm not 100% sure if they're longer than the MLB playoffs, but seem to be a little bit longer. The NBA playoffs don't really start to matter until, for most people, until like the second round.
Yeah, the second round.
Third round.
The first round, yeah.
Yeah, the first round.
Usually 1 and 8, like
we got Tuesday afternoon 12 p.m. games on NBA TV for Bucks Raptors. Like nobody's watching that, so it's just like, and maybe the same is kind of true for the MLB, and I guess the NFL even tries to do that with Chargers Texans window on Saturday afternoon that nobody wants.
But it's football, so I still feel like we're all.
It's football.
Yeah, it's just football. It's just different.
It's just hard not to compare everything to the MLB as far as
it's just because it's so much less games, bro. Because it's like we'll say like, bro, like we'll get together, drink and watch goddamn Browns versus the damn Panthers on a Thursday.
Not even that. We do a fucking draft live stream every year for the NFL.
Yeah.
that lasts the whole fucking 2 hours or 3 hours.
And it's entertaining, bro. It's just dudes naming dudes.
We can't wait. I started planning with the mayor, like, okay, the baby's gonna be born this day. The draft, he'll be like a month old by the draft. He can come kick it with me for the draft. Like,
I'm so ready for the draft.
Yeah, I gotta make sure I know what day it is, and I'm making sure I'm available. I've requested days off to make sure
what day is the NFL draft?
The 13th of April, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
3 days in April.
Yeah. I'll make sure I get that. I'll make sure I get that time off. Or make
sure. All right, real quick. Let's run through these other ones. College football?
I've been getting worse.
I don't know if it's getting worse. I think like the college football playoff added some excitement to it. I fuck with it. And with like NIL and like we're starting to see like
I hate to say it because I love that players are getting played. I think that the NIL shit is kind of watering it down a little bit. The fact that like Georgia's starting a quarterback who has been on a national championship team, who was in the playoffs last year, good quarterback, is just on a different team this year, is just weird.
But was he really good like that in the first place?
No, absolutely he wasn't. But it used to be like, hey, if you got Zach Mettenberger, you're fucking living and dying with Zach Mettenberger for 3 years. He's not leaving you. You might have somebody better. You might have, I don't know. It felt better. I don't know if it is better, but it felt better. I don't want to see Quinn Ewers didn't. I don't want to see Quinn Ewers play with 2-3 teams. Kind of weird.
We didn't.
I know. It's weird that he went to one school and was like, I'm about to leave, actually. I think the NIL thing is like, I don't know. It's just making it weird. The way in which players move around. The what's old boy from USC, the D lineman Bear Alexander?
Yeah,
his like fourth school.
Yeah, he's been at that many schools?
I'm pretty sure. Or 3.
I know you're talking about, but I ain't really followed him like that.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird that like a player like that. Like, could you imagine back in our heyday, Percy Harvin went to 3 schools?
Nah, but it's a different time now, bro. It's a different era.
It's just weird. That's why I think it's getting worse. And I don't like. Again, I like that players are
viewership
getting
is
paid.
up though, man, and viewership is at an all-time high. I'm sure. I'm pretty sure it's making more money than ever.
I'm sure it's making more money than ever. I don't care about the viewership, but I would be interested if viewership is actually up, like week to week, not the playoffs. I know everybody's watching the playoffs because same with all these sports. Like once the playoffs kick off, everybody's watching. You might not even like college football and you watching it, but I'd be interested to see if viewership's actually up.
I didn't answer earlier. I think it's getting better. I do think we are in a weird transition period where there's a lot of shit that we don't have to get used to, but it's just a new format of things. But I do think it's getting better because, like a team like, let's say Boise State from this past year, had Ashton Jeanty on it, who's a super exciting player, but ultimately in any normal format that we've been used to for our entire lives, that person would not be involved in postseason football. 100%. Period. Like it's not on the for going for the natty, basically. I think having avenues for teams like that to be involved inside the final picture so we can like really have that conversation like, yo, did they just get all these wins because they're playing a cake schedule or like, are they really actually about it type of shit? Like everybody gets to show and prove basically. Like it's
I do like that for sure.
I think that is definitely a more positive thing for sure. As far as the NIL and all that stuff goes, like it's making things weird. You could switch from a school one year and play the next year. That's not how things used to be. You have to wait. So if you're going to transfer, you really had to think about it. But it ultimately, like, who was it? Kyle McCord, I believe. He was the quarterback at Syracuse this past year. Prior to that, he was at Ohio State and kind of got forced out of there. That story really stopped being important when he started balling at Syracuse. Like, it was more so like, hey, have you seen the Syracuse QB? So I feel like as long as we're getting to see good ball, how it happens is less important. So
that's the fact, bro.
I do, Blake. I think you make a really good point there, where it is like a transition period because the fact that fucking Cam Ward was at Wazoo last year,
yes,
Shedeur Sanders 2 years ago was at Jackson State. Like Travis Hunter was at Jackson State. Granted, he went there for a different reason; he didn't have to be there. But it is like, again, it's just weird. Like it is dope that you can be like, hey, I'm not that good at Ohio State, but I'm going to go crush for Syracuse. I'm not that good at Ole Miss, but I'm going to go to Ohio State and ball out. Mm-hmm. And now I'm actually getting drafted and, the talent is on display. It is cool that happens. It's just weird to have to deal with. So for me personally, it's getting worse because I don't know. I'm a boomer, I guess, on this topic, but I think once we're 10 years into transfer portal and NIL, I'm not gonna give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, because y'all can't just buy a natty anymore.
Excuse me?
Y'all are sanctioned university.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Hey, LSU has won their natties with mostly Louisiana-based players on the team. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson was a legacy admission. Justin Jefferson was a fucking 2-star recruit, and his older brother just so happened to be asked for our team. He got to go there. Jamar Chase, he from Louisiana. Tyrann Mathieu, he from right up the street. Pat Pete, I think he from Florida, actually. But it don't matter. Yeah, LSU mostly cooked off of just recruiting our backyard.
That's what you want to tell. Y'all have had sanctions like, I swear every single time you guys won something, it'd be like, they got to lose these scholarships. They was funneling money to the children's hospital. There was all types of shit going on.
Hey, don't you root for a team that just got the Pope in trouble? What are we doing?
That's Gail Benson's business. That ain't got nothing to do with. She was using the Saints email. It wasn't like the Saints were working on it.
All right, whatever you say, buddy.
That's a fact.
I see you brought your kid in so you could be bulletproof.
I'm taking notes from Elon. Don't yell at me.
You don't got to answer no tough questions. That's
We fired 1,500 people today. Don't ask me about it.
Oh, buddy. All right. So boxing is the next one about getting better or worse.
College basketball.
Oh, sorry, I skipped that one. It's so bad.
College basketball is worse.
It's college basketball is so far from
boxing is worse.
We don't care about college basketball at all more. I think boxing too.
I think boxing has a couple names that will get people up for fights, and I think boxing is probably very similar to the NFL, where like you could probably just watch any top ranked fight that comes on a Friday night and see better boxing than you would see back in the day, but you just don't give a fuck about whoever these people are.
Nope.
Nothing has built them up. There's nothing to like attach them to.
I think the celebrity boxing, it messed the game up. Like,
oh yeah, for a fact.
Nigga, Jake Paul is the biggest boxer in the world right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see a lot of them older guys. Like, man, well, like I know I started seeing it with some UFC fighters. Like they'll just start they'll win like their UFC match, and they're like in their press conference, they try to sell themselves and talk shit about a boxer and say, well, if they can really do this, and they'll fight me. Because I forget my man's name. He's a UFC fighter, but it's the white dude. He got like the pink braids, whatever. He was trying to
Sean O'Malley.
He's been trying to bait like Tank Davidson to a boxing match. He's like Tank Davidson, like,
and Sean O'Malley be beating ass. I don't give a fuck about him boxing.
Yeah,
I don't want him to box Tank Davis.
I know you can't beat Tank Davis in a boxing match.
This is hella anecdotal, but you know what I think helped kill boxing was COVID. Because, and not just COVID, but just like people being less social, because boxing, like fight parties just used to be a thing where it's like people who don't give a single fuck about boxing or MMA were like, oh, the homie's throwing a fight party this weekend, I'm just going over there. Yeah, somebody was buying a fight or somebody was streaming a fight and you were just going over there to kick it. Yeah, you might watch the fight, or somebody's on the grill, you outside drinking, doing whatever, but there was just always a fight on. And now it's like, I feel like, especially with UFC, how they've done it, it's just like every Saturday there is somebody's fighting. Oh, is this one important? Is this one not important? Oh, okay, this is two people I don't care about, or this is two people that are, not shit that I don't care about, when it felt like it used to be like every 3 months there was a big boxing card.
I think the fact that we didn't replace Mayweather, like that's really it. Like, the American who was the best fighter in the world, we didn't replace that. Like, Mayweather, I think it moved from Mayweather to Canelo, and like I'm sure Canelo is him in Mexico, but just the simple fact that he's not like from here, we can't like necessarily connect to it the same way. The heavyweights, like most of them are from overseas. It just makes things different. It definitely was something to have Mayweather be one of us and be the best in the world. Like, I think it had a certain draw to it, and I think that's kind of what kept things moving.
My family still will put together, fight parties, especially my god cousins will throw a fight party, but it's usually for a Tank fight.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Haney, he just got his ass whooped. We watched the fucking Ryan Garcia fight, and it was like, okay, well, we're not watching this thing again. So like, it'll be some smaller shit, but it's like, yeah, Floyd was like, everybody used to watch Floyd.
If you weren't watching to see him beat some ass, you was watching to see him lose. Like it was, everybody had a stake in it.
Yeah, it was mostly people. It was mostly them Americans that wanted to see him lose for real. Mm-hmm. And like the only people who want to see Gervonta Davis lose now is like straight people.
Wait a minute, what?
Nothing. He's just a little. You one of them. Hey, please, nobody tell him that I said that.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
No, please.
All right.
The last one you got is the Olympics. I think the Olympics is both. I think the Olympics is getting, I don't know, better. But
it's only every 4 years, bro. We're always going to be up for it and excited for it.
Yeah, I'm always excited for it, but it's like I don't got a Michael Phelps, I don't got a Usain Bolt. You don't got somebody who's like supremely dominant, which is like why the Olympics is the most fun. But it's just fun to have on the TV. Like I always want to watch. Just like who's USA playing in basketball? I want to watch all the track events. I want to watch all the swimming events. Because gymnastics is on now. Yeah.
I think for the exact reasons you're saying though, like The Olympics is still it's a really good product, no doubt about it. I would say it's going down just because, like you said, we don't have those names necessarily. Like Simone Biles, we had her as his last one. She's probably not coming back again. But I think other than her, I don't really know who's like running up records like that. You know, like
I do like I think with the Olympics, we just get a lot of out of nowhere shit. Like this one won't be necessarily out of nowhere. But the fucking 15-year-old dude running track, Quentin something, or
high schooler,
I want to see him in 4 years. I want to see what he looks like at 22. But then it'll just be like you kind of get pump fake with a lot of shit where it's like Gabby Douglas went crazy for an Olympics, and then we just never heard from her again.
Damn, where did she go?
TikTok,
huh?
Yeah, so it's like
they had some shit happen in gymnastics during her time. So
I do think she was involved with all that stuff.
Yeah, Larry Nassar.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah.
Hey, Jamal posted the perfect meme the other day. Put that nigga under the guillotine. Bring the guillotine back.
Oh,
certain people need the guillotine.
I'm like shit. I was there being just. I know we've been.
I'm only saying this because I'm not prepared for it. I be seeing TikToks about how loud babies are. It's incredible. They just be doing shit.
That's what I'm dealing with right now.
Yeah, they just be absolutely doing shit.
I'm like shit. We can go over NFL free agency next week.
It's funny that she knows the microphone. She's like, I'm trying to talk my shit.
I think she's looking at herself on the screen.
She's got takes. Nah, she got takes. She's trying to get some shit off. She's like, you niggas don't have the WNBA on here. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? WNBA is by far getting better. That's one that should have been better. It's going straight up. The 3-on-3 league they had in the offseason this year, lit.
That's not the WNBA, sir. That's undisputed.
Players.
It's undisputed.
I know, unrivaled.
See?
Yeah, see?
Yeah, we all big fans over here.
I hope you never get those girl dads ever, not once. I hope they're always $203.
My days.
I'm about to get those damn Dodger Kobe. I gotta see if I wonder when they finna announce the damn.
They're emailing tomorrow. It's it.
Okay.
Yeah, put in for them. All right. Well, as we're signing off, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do another podcast.
This motherfucker. I won't be available next week. I can promise you that. I'm going to be in North Carolina.
Okay, perfect. Because I assume I won't be available next week. I pray that I'm not available the next week after that. But I'm tired of waiting. So we might be on a little teeny tiny. We might be on a little hiatus.
Baby's got
if you listen this long, you know you fuck with us. Niggas got obligations and lives, but we gonna be back. We ain't ever done. I'm gonna say it before we log off. We're approaching our 4-year anniversary of doing the pod. I know we've had a lot of people who have listened with us since the very beginning. We've had a lot of people who joined on, left, and came back. We fuck with all y'all. Appreciate it.
We really do.
Yeah. We always gonna have a good time. Thanks to all the homies we've made, all the guests we've had. It's been a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we'll be back sometime when the sun is up. I don't know.
Yep. We'll get it popping.
Yeah, probably before the draft.
Yep.
That's it for me.
Episode 186 in the books.
Peace.
I'm gonna put a baby to sleep.
Bye.
Bye.